Live on a Friday night, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the opener of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting, hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. The Grizzlies are over at the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota. It's the first of a three-game set between the Grizzlies and the Rush. It's the 7th of 9 meetings this season between the clubs. The first 6 games were all at Maverick Center, and Utah has a record of 4-1-1 against the Rush this season. Rapid City won the most recent meeting between the clubs. That was on March 11th, where the Rush got a 5-1 victory. Otherwise, the Grizzlies have standings points in the other 5 games, which was the first 5 contests of the season series. There's been a couple thrilling games, including that Saturday, March 9th game, as Alex Bokosh scored 2 goals and 3 assists, and that game single-handedly won him the league's Player of the Week award. Obviously, the last 2 Saturdays have been thrilling overtime wins for the Grizzlies. Obviously, everybody's going to remember the Military Night Miracle at Maverick Center as Josh Wesley scored the final 2 goals of the game, and the Grizzlies overcame a 4-1 deficit as he scored 3 goals in a 68-second stretch. Well, for Utah, it's certainly been the Brett Stapley and Brandon Cutler show, as Stapley has 18 points in his last 9 games. That's right, Stapley is averaging 2 points a game over his last 9 contests. And he is now 5th in the league with 44 assists, and he's tied for 6th in the league with 64 points. So we can say Brett Stapley has certainly been a point machine for the Grizzlies as of late. And how about Brandon Cutler? He had 1 goal and 1 assist on Monday in the overtime loss to the Norfolk Admirals. Utah ended up with 5 out of 6 standings points last week against Norfolk, and Cutler has 7 goals and 6 assists in his last 9 games. Well, for the Grizzlies, the season is headed down the stretch as there's 11 games left in the regular season starting tonight. And obviously, the Grizzlies have the 3-game set against Rapid City. And after that, the Grizzlies will be home for 6 of their final 8 games of the regular season. However, the Grizzlies are facing the top 2 teams in the division over those 8 games. So it's big for the Grizzlies to pick up a significant amount of standings points this week against Rapid City on the road. Remember, after the calendar turned to 2024, the Grizzlies have been a better team away from home. In fact, they're 9-10-1 over their last 20 road games. So it should be an interesting one as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. There are going to be 2 players making their Grizzlies debut, and they're also going to be making their pro debuts here tonight. We'll tell you who they are on the other side. We'll also talk about Brandon Cutler's exploits as he joined the Grizzly 30-goal club on Monday as he scored early in the second period. So it should be a lot of fun. It's the Grizzlies and the Rush. And when we come back, we'll talk about the new goaltender that's making his pro debut, as well as the new defenseman that's going to be joining Ryan Kanasowicz's crew, and he'll be making his professional debut here tonight. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off in about 10 minutes from now over at the Monument in the Black Hills. I'm hanging out in a dark and empty Maverick Center. The action is going to heat up at Maverick Center tomorrow as it's going to be the Pac-12 women's gymnastics meet. There's going to be two sessions, one at 1 o'clock and then another at 5:30. So that should be a lot of fun tomorrow at Maverick Center. Tonight, the Grizzlies are looking to take care of business against the Rapid City Rush, and they're going to do so with a new goaltender. We mentioned that Jarrett Fisk was signed on Monday and was the backup to Will Cranley. Well, the roles are reversed tonight as Fisk is going to get the start and Cranley will be the backup netminder. Fisk, this season at Niagara University, had a record of 16, 11, and 2 with a .912 save percentage and 2.73 goals against average. He was really outstanding in his final two seasons of college. Last year, he started at American International College and was outstanding with a record of 10, 8, and 6 with a 2.38 goals against average and .923 save percentage. Fisk also played for the AIC men's lacrosse team for 2 seasons, so he's a pretty good athlete, listed at 6'4" and 195 pounds, and based on what I saw on Monday, he looked every bit of 6'4". So it'll be interesting to see what Jarrett Fisk, who's wearing number 35 for the Grizzlies tonight, he'll be making his pro debut. He was a nominee for the 2023-24 Hobie Baker Award, and he was the AHA Goaltender of the Year last year when he played at AIC. This season, as a graduate transfer, played at Niagara University. So Fisk will get the start in net for Utah, making his pro debut. There's also another Grizzly, as 2 days ago, the Grizzlies signed defenseman Liam Dennison, who recently completed a 5-year college career at Merrimack University, where he scored 4 goals and 15 assists. He was an assistant captain at Merrimack in his senior season, which he just completed not that long ago. He appeared in all 35 games and was second on the team with 49 blocked shots at Merrimack this season. He blocked 138 shots in his college career. Prior to playing at Merrimack, he spent 2 years in the USHL with the Youngstown Phantoms, where he scored 6 goals and 27 assists. Dennison majored in business administration at Merrimack, and he's looking to take care of business tonight in his pro debut. He will wear number 22 for the Grizzlies, and he'll be paired up defensively with Quinn Wickers. And he'll be paired up with Wickers a little bit tonight, as well as Cody Corbett, as Dennison will also be paired up with Corbett, who just signed earlier today. Remember, Corbett had spent a handful of games with the Grizzlies earlier this year, and he is back in a Grizzlies uniform, making his 5th appearance this season. Corbett is listed as a league veteran, as he's appeared in about 300 professional games. So that's roster moves. Cody Corbett is back in a Grizzlies uniform. He'll be wearing number 23 tonight. We also have Liam Dennison, who's 5'9" and 180 pounds. He'll be making his pro debut wearing number 22, as he's one of 6 defensemen for Ryan Kanasowicz tonight. And Jarrett Fisk is making his pro debut in net for the Grizzlies. When we come back to the Rio Tinto Kennecott pregame report, we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams. It's the Grizzlies and the Rush as we're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 28, 30, and 3. They just came off a 6-game homestand where they went 4-1-1. They are led by the all-time leading scorer in Grizzlies history, Ryan Kanasowicz. The assistant coach is Christian Horn. On the road, the Grizzlies are 9-21-1, but remember, they lost their first 11 road games this season, so they are 9-10-1. Since the calendar turned to 2024. Watch out for the Grizzlies in their early starts. Utah is 23-2 when scoring first this season. Well, if you joined us earlier in the pregame show, Jarrett Fisk is going to make his professional debut tonight. He is 6'4" and 190 pounds. He just came off a pretty successful season at Niagara University. Will Cranley is the backup goaltender. Dante Januzzi did not make the trip, and he is a scratch from the Grizzlies lineup. The starting defensive pairing is Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew, and both guys have been outstanding for the Grizzlies as of late. Wesley has 9 points in his last 9 games, 4 goals and 5 assists. Wesley this season has 16 goals, which leads all league defensemen, and he is also third in the league among league defensemen in shots on goal. As for Kyle Mayhew, he's certainly a strong candidate for the league's all-rookie team. He has a point in 6 of his last 9 games, and he leads all league rookie defensemen with 45 points, 12 goals, and 33 assists. And also watch out for Mayhew on the Grizzlies' power play attack, as he has 15 power play assists, which ranks third among all league rookies. So Mayhew and Wesley are the starting defensive pairing. We will also see Quinn Wickers making his Rapid City return. He played with the Rush each of the last 2 seasons. Obviously played in 6 games against Rapid City at Maverick Center, but Wickers is making his return trip to the Black Hills, where he played the last 2 seasons. He'll be wearing number 12, and he's paired up with Robbie Stucker, who had 1 assist last night. Stucker has 18 assists in 42 games overall this season. He began the year with the Iowa Heartlanders, and he's certainly been a key addition for the Grizzlies over the last month and a half. 2 guys who are back in a Grizzlies uniform. Cody Corbett returns. He played in 4 games earlier this year with the Grizzlies. And Liam Dennison, who was just signed on Wednesday, is making his professional debut. He'll be wearing number 22. He was a college teammate with Mick Messner at Merrimack, and he was also a teammate with former Grizzlies forward Christian Simeone. So the starting defensive pairing, once again, is Wesley and Mayhew. We will also see Wickers and Stucker paired up, as well as Dennison and Cody Corbett. The defensive scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include Keone Teixeira, Jacob Semick, and Jordan Stone, as well as Cade Jensen and Michael Underwood, who have been out since early in the season. The starting forwards, and for Utah, it's really been their bread and butter over the last few months. Brett Stapley and Brandon Cutler will each start. Cutler has 30 goals and 22 assists in 61 games. And what can you say about Brett Stapley? He's produced so much as of late. He has 18 points in his last 9 games. Stapley is tied for 5th in the league with 44 assists, and he's tied for 6th with 64 points. Stapley also leads the Grizzlies in multiple point games this season with 16. So Stapley and Cutler are getting the start, as well as Adam Berg, who just recently was part of a trade in a way. Yesterday, the Grizzlies, remember Adam Berg was acquired for future considerations, and the Grizzlies returned the favor, and they handed Jarrett Lee. That's right, the famous Jarrett Lee, Grizzlies legend Jarrett Lee, who was traded. We'll talk about him during the second intermission. He was traded from Wheeling to Utah yesterday, and Utah immediately shipped him over to Cincinnati to complete the Adam Berg trade. So Berg, Stapley, and Cutler are the starting forwards. We also see Alex Bocage lined up next to Luke Manning, who's making his first road appearance for the Grizzlies, and Cole Gallant, who's got a point in 3 straight games. We also see Aaron Aragon, Tyler Penner, and Dylan Fitz. Nathan Burke returns after missing 3 straight games. He'll be lined up with Mick Messner, who's got 13 goals and 20 assists in 61 games. The scratches among forwards are Cody Caron and Max Neal. That's the 2 forward scratches for the Grizzlies this evening. We'll come back and have face-off over at the Monument. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today. Black Bear Diner.
It's a great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the 7th of 9 meetings this season. It's the opener of a 3-game set over at the Monument. It's the only series for the Grizzlies over in Rapid City this season, which is certainly rare as the Grizzlies usually make 2 or 3 trips over to the Black Hills every regular season. Starting in net for the Rush is going to be Matt Radomski, who's certainly been a workhorse for them this season. It's his 39th appearance. He has a record of 14, 21, and 2 with 1 shutout and an .886 save percentage. Starting defensive pairing for the Rush is Billy Constantino, who's got 3 goals and 21 assists in 52 games. He'll be paired up with Tyson Helgeson. The forwards are Alex Aliardi, Brett Davis, and Blake Bennett. Watch out for Aliardi and Bennett in particular. Aliardi has a point in 10 straight games, and he has 15 points in his last 10 games. And as for Blake Bennett, he leads all league rookies with 28 goals this season. Also watch out for Logan Nelson, who's been a Grizzlies killer. He has 5 goals and 5 assists against Utah this season. Referee tonight is Tyler Haskell. The linesmen are Zach Carson and Riley Hickey. Grizzlies are in a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim as Jarrett Fisk makes his professional debut wearing number 35. Fiske is his last name. He was outstanding at Niagara University this season. Brett Stapley's averaging 2 points a game over his last 9 contests. He'll take the opening faceoff. He's out there with Berg and Cutler. And for my money, one of the best defensive pairings in the league, Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley. Wesley wearing the captaincy for the Grizzlies. Rapid City's in a red jersey with white numbers, white lettering in the black and in the back end, black trim. As Tyler Haskell's at center ice, Brett Davis will take the draw for Rapid City. Davis wearing number 82. He's got 4 goals and 12 assists in 38 games. He was acquired recently in a trade with Florida. As Haskell drops the puck and we're underway here in the Black Hills. I'm hanging out in the Grizz Cave at Maverick Center, and we apologize if some of the details would go missing as Utah wins the draw. Up ahead, Stapley will squib it in as Radomski will cover up as the Grizzlies chased after him as we get our first whistle 12 seconds into the game. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Who's scoring first for Utah tonight? I'm not really sure I'm going with. I think Luke Manning will get his first pro goal to get Utah on the board first. And it is important for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start. After all, they are 23-2 when scoring first this season. Stapler will take the draw against Davis, and the draw goes towards the far boards. Rapid City throws it to the right point. Wesley keeps it in the attack zone. Right point shot is kicked away by Radomski. First shot of the game taken by Wesley. As Rapid City, Brett Davis will carry it out to neutral ice. He crosses center with Stapley towards his right. As Davis drops it in, as Rush step over the line. Left side, Rush with a righty pass that goes ahead. Now high slot, Aliardi, righty shot goes wide. Blake Bennett, number 91, squibs it towards the middle and fanned on it as rolls towards Stapley, who gets it to Cutler. He pushed ahead for Wesley, who stepped over the line, but he bobbled the puck. It goes back to Billy Constantine, who's behind Rapid City's net. As we're just about a minute in, no score. The Grizzlies have 1 shot that was taken by Josh Wesley from the right point. Alex Bokosh standing in front of Radomski. Long-range pass down the middle to neutralize. Will bounce off a stick. Grizzlies get it, and they'll filter it towards the near side for Gallant, who's got a point in 3 straight games. He'll push it back to Stucker. Long-range angled pass to the left connects to Wickers, who's back in Rapid City for the first time since he was a player over the last 2 years. Grizzlies skate around the net as Rapid City will push it ahead. Rush will skip it out to center ice. 3-on-3, they'll dump it in. Does number 7, Riley St. Ange, who's making his 3rd appearance for Rapid City. Stucker holds up a Rush skater behind Utah's net. Puck filters out in front. It's taken by Gallant, who gets it back towards Luke Manning. Now ahead to Bocage. He'll dump it in and chase after it. As Bocage in his first appearance against Rapid City, he was outstanding against them a couple weeks ago. Breck Ravel, number 23 for Rapid City, throws to the near corner, delivering a nice side check is Penner, who skates towards the far corner. He gets to Fitz behind the net. Fitz will tattoo it off the near boards as Liam Dennison in his first shift as a pro rolls it along the boards. Aragon far side gets it to the right point as Grizzlies fired towards the net and it goes wide. As skating towards the near corner and getting it is Fitz. Fitz behind the net. He's being challenged by Zach Taylor, number 22, in his professional debut with Rapid City. He just recently was signed. Dennison, left side, fires it towards the net, and it gets redirected and goes out of play as we get a whistle with 17:47 left in the first. We're just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Friday with us. And if your NCAA tournament bracket is busted, well, guess what? You're not alone. As there's been a lot of upsets over the last couple days. As the draw is going to be in the rush zone. Peter Muzica, number 41, dancing around as he skates around one of the linesmen. Grizzlies are slow to make their change. Parker Bowman looks like he'll take the face-off for the Rush, as the Grizzlies will get Gallant, Messner, and Nathan Burke out there. Burke missed the last 3 games as he got hurt in the last game of the Rapid City series, and Burke is back in there. He's got 18 goals and 20 assists in 54 games. Draw goes towards the middle, and it's taken by Rapid City. As Zach Hoffman, number 3, will move it to his right. Rush cross center ice. Parker Bowman dumps it in. Fisk behind his net will throw it to the near side. That's the first action that Fisk has had as a pro. First time he's touched the puck. Burke across to Wesley near the Grizzlies bench. He crosses center, and he'll filter it in. Zach Hoffman in the far corner. Chases after it. Gets there before Gallant, and he'll pitch it out to center ice. It goes back to Wesley, who directs it ahead. Down the middle. Burke crosses center ice. He'll throw it in. Gallant gets there near Hoffman. Hoffman pushes to the far side as Grizzlies hold up Maurizio Coella as puck ends up towards the near side, as looks like the Rapid City broadcaster is telling me that it's Cranley in net for the Grizzlies, that something must have happened to Fisk. So it might be Cranley in there instead of Fisk, as Fisk might seem hurt, as we'll see if we can get something a little bit later. As puck ends up bouncing off a skate, and Brandon Cutler gets it. He'll skate back into his own zone. So according to the Rapid City broadcaster, he texted me and told me that it's Cranley in net instead of Fisk, that Fisk must have gotten hurt, some non-contact thing. Grizzlies left winging out to Berg at center ice. Berg dumps it in and chases after it. Constantino will tattoo it off the near boards. Staple over to Cutler, who filters it off the end wall. Berg around the net to the far side. Drops it for Staple, who's got 2 points per game over his last 9. He'll stop in the point, pivot, skate back towards the far corner. He'll throw it behind the net as Berg chasing after as the puck glides towards the near corner. Constantino will bounce it off of Wicker's glove. It goes over to Berg, goes skate towards the near goal line. Berg dances around. He'll throw it to the middle. It's picked off by Rapid City. Still no score 4 minutes in. It's a rush cross center ice. Now they step over the line. Janelle feeds it to the left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Cranley, who appears to be in there instead of Fisk. Something must have happened to Fisk. Puck over towards the far side. Berg will tap it off the far glass. Chasing after it is Will Rydell, number 15, one of 6 defensemen for Scott Burt tonight. He'll move it to his right as Zach Taylor in his pro debut fires it around the boards. Aliardi will push it back behind Utah's net. Davis gets held up by Wickers. Grizzlies towards the near side. Get it ahead to Bocage, who gets the neutralize. Bocage crosses center, and he'll throw it in. As Gallant chases after it, Rapid City will push it ahead. Rush skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. As Blake Bennett crosses center ice, he'll dump it into the far corner. Bennett chases after it, gets an Aliardi on the right side. Grizzlies stick it away. As Utah along the near side, Bocage crosses center. As he'll step over the line, he'll move it to his right. Now back towards Bocage, but the Rush get a stick in the way. As the puck glides towards the near side, Zach Hoffman gets it. He moves it ahead. As he Rush get it out to center ice. It's taken away by Dennison. It will fire it off the far boards. It goes deep into the Rush zone. Penner chases after it as Peter Muzica gets to Zach Hoffman. Now back to Peter Muzica, who's a big 6'3", 205-pound defenseman. He'll glide it along the far boards out to center ice. Wesley across the Penner. It tapped off the stick. Now Fitz enters from the left side. He'll take a righty shot. And glove saved by Radomski as he got it over his shoulder and just snatched it out of the air. 14:42 left in the first. And we're not really sure, as it appears that Fisk is hurt. Looks like the Rapid City broadcaster said it must have been a non-contact. So Will Cranley is in net for the Grizzlies instead of Fisk. As we see Mark Duarte, number 89, who spent some time in the AHL with the Calgary Wranglers, as he has 9 goals and 8 assists in 27 games with Rapid City. As Fisk, it looks like Fisk is coming off the ice. As Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, looks over him, and looked like Fisk had to be assisted a little bit by Colin Lee. So Fisk is headed to the locker room, and it looks like he's sustained an injury of some kind. So Will Cranley is in net as Jarrett Fisk, and that's unfortunate. He was making his professional debut tonight, but appeared to have injured himself, and Will Cranley is in net. It's Cranley's 27th appearance overall this season and 21st with the Grizzlies. Rapid City wins the draw. They'll lift it out to center ice. Josh Wesley wants delay of game. Let's see if it gets called as referee gets a new puck, and it looks like he says it tapped off the glass. Draw's going to be in the Rush zone, and so no delay of game. Josh Wesley certainly wanted it, but it looks like we'll continue to skate 5-on-5. So we're 5.5 minutes into the game. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 2-1. As a draw won by Rapid City, Billy Constantino near side. He'll lift it out of the zone. It goes into the Grizzlies end as Cranley looks on, and it's going to be icing on the rush with 14:29 left in the first. It seems like there's always something odd happening whenever the Grizzlies are in Rapid City. We've seen some of the strangest occasions, and it's just unfortunate. Jarrett Fisk was going to make his professional debut tonight, and we're not sure if he actually appeared in a game and got hurt a minute in or something like that. But either way, it appears that Fisk is injured, and he's in the locker room being looked at by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, and Will Cranley is in net. As the draw towards the near side is won by Utah. They're in the attack zone. Messner gets it ahead. Right point. Righty shot is blocked away. Now the puck goes out to Wesley's at the Utah line. He'll move it ahead. Pass connects to Manning, who settles into the far side. He'll skate towards the far corner with speed. Manning trying to get it out in front, but he couldn't get it around Tyson Helgeson. Manning gets held up behind Rapid City's net. Puck glides towards the right point. Grizzlies get it. They'll fire it back around the boards. Messner near side. We'll chip it up top for Mayhew. Left point. Lefty shot goes wide. Now Wesley, right side shot. Saved by Radomski, and he holds on. Good job by the Rapid City defensive pairing of Constantino and Helgeson, building a wall in front of the crease. 13:55 left in the first period, and it's just unfortunate. Hopefully Jarrett Fisk is okay, as Will Cranley is in net, and it was going to be Fisk's professional debut. We'll come back as we're still scoreless. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 3-1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Still no score. 13:55 left in the first period. Grizzlies have taken 3 shots. Rapid City has 1. Dylan Fitz, Adam Berg, and Josh Wesley have the Grizzlies shots for Rapid City. Brett Gravel fired 1 shot on Will Cranley. It appears that Fisk played the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds of the first period, then was replaced by Cranley as Fisk sustained an injury. Grizzlies have it. Left point. Wickers with a shot, and it's blocked as it goes out to center ice. Wickers battles with some of his former teammates. Puck goes out to center ice near the logo, and Rapid City skates in from the right side as Will Rydell tried to center it out in front to Bowman. Pass goes wide. Puck to the far side. Bowman couldn't reach it behind Utah's net as it glides towards the near side. Bowman gets pushed as Grizzlies get it ahead to Berg. He's along the near point, and so throw it ahead. Grizzlies right side cross center ice, and Wickers fires it around the wall. Berg chasing after it. He gets double teamed. Berg strong with the puck. Centers it to Stapley, who couldn't handle it. Cutler skates towards the far side. He'll gallop after it, and he gets it and moves it to Stapley. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Cutler and Stapley over there, the bread and butter of the Grizzlies. Cutler gets up top. Now across to Dennison, left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Radomski. Puck still alive. Rapid City to the far side. Little angle it to the right. Pass doesn't connect. Chasing after it's Dennison. It looks like he's got outstanding quickness. Icing is on Rapid City as we have 12:53 left in the first. Looks like kind of the strong first impression that Liam Dennison has shown really is in terms of outstanding quickness. You know, he's 5'9", 190 pounds, and right there looked like he went from 0 to 60 just like that. He just completed a 5-year college career at Merrimack College, where he blocked 149 shots over his college career, including 49 this season. So draw is going to be in the rush zone. Grizzlies skating from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. As Manning wins the draw, Bocage gets pushed in the slot. He gets up top, right point, lefty shot. Is saved by Radomski. And it looks like it deflects out of play off the protective netting as the whistle blows with 12:48 left in the first. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time as the Grizzlies are on the road for 5 of their last 11 games of the regular season. But after this series, the Grizzlies will be home for 6 of their final 8 contests. Brett Davis will take the draw against Luke Manning. Manning in his 4th professional game. It's his first road game with the Grizzlies. Draw won by Rapid City as Peter Muzica will backhand it towards Aliardi in the near side. Aliardi will skip it to the left. Pass connects. Rapid City skates towards the far circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. And he holds on as he just gathered it around the breadbasket. The shot was taken by Blake Bennett, who leads all league rookies with 28 goals this season. 12:37 left in the first. We're still underway as it appears that Jarrett Fisk, according to the ECHL box score, played the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds before sustaining an injury that we didn't see on the screen, a non-contact injury, according to the Rapid City broadcaster, Drew Blevins, who is live over at the Monument. Draws give me on the far side. Tyler Penner will take it against Davis. Davis wins the draw. Hoffman left point, rolls it along the boards. Aliardi in the right corner gets pushed by Mayhew. Aliardi's got 15 points in his last 10 games. As rush, Brett Davis skates towards the near point. He'll drop it off as Davis will lay it for Bennett. Bennett right side. Lefty shot is blocked by Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. It's consecutive game 206 for Penner. Right point. Hoffman rolls it along the wall. Davis on the far side skates towards the boards. He'll lay it as puck goes behind Utah's net, skipping towards the near goal line. Bennett gets it right side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley as he holds on. Will stop the first 4 that he has seen as there's 12:03 left in the first. Good shift by Aragon, Penner, and Fitz. They all come off. It's interesting to see Alex Bocage out there, and I know Rapid City fans kind of cringe when they see Bocage because you talk about the great individual performances this season. We saw quite a few of those in the last homestand, including Bocage's 2-goal and 3-assist performance on Saturday, March 9th, as the Grizzlies got a 5-4 overtime victory. As draw won by Rapid City, goes along the near boards. They continue to battle. Wesley gets it towards Mayhew. Mayhew dances around as he's being shadowed by Jake Stella in his pro debut. Grizzlies get it out to center ice. Puck wobbles. Constantinu pushes ahead. Rush will bank it off the near glass and chase after it. Wesley at the near corner tried to push it towards Mayhew, but he was skating towards Utah's net. Now the puck goes back to Wesley, who skates around Utah's net to the far side. Wesley gets out to neutralize. Bocage over to Messner. Back towards Bocage, but he couldn't reach it. It bounces off the Rapid City backboard, and the Rush will roll along the near boards. No icing as Quinn Wickers chases after it. Wickers gets it behind Cranley's net now. He'll outlet it left side, rink wide to Burke, who the pass goes tape to tape. Burke centers it over towards Stapley. It tapped off a stick, and the puck glides along the near boards. Rapid City will race out to center ice. Brett Gravel is one of their more dependable forwards. Steps over the line, stops the point, gets it back towards the near side for Mark Duarte. He'll take a left wing shot, and that's blocked away as it goes out of play with 11:02 left in the first. It's the first time the Grizzlies have seen Mark Duarte, Duarte, this season. He's played a lot with the Calgary Wranglers of the AHL. That's the Rush's AHL affiliate. Duarte is 6'1" and 185 pounds out of Hamilton, Ontario. Duarte will take the face-off. He's talking with Brett Gravel, and he's also talking with Zach Taylor. Taylor and Jake Stella are each making their pro debuts for Rapid City as we're 9 minutes in, still no score. Left wing, Rush won the draw. Righty shot is blocked away by Cranley, who has saved the first 5 he has seen. Right side, Gravel danced around just outside the circle, feed it across to Taylor. It glanced off of his skate. Grizzlies get it as Cutler races to neutralize. He crosses center. Now he veers off to the left. Gets it to Stapley. Right side, toe drag, backhand shot goes wide. As Stapley spun around, near side, Wickers fires towards the net, and that's blocked by Rapid City as well, as Brett Gravel holds his face if he were hit with a high stick. Near side, Grizzlies continue to battle. Utah trips up Rapid City. Is the call going to be made? Well, Grizzlies might have gotten away with one as Utah's Stapley continues to battle. Wickers over there as well. Stapley goes down. Cutler takes the puck. He dances in the near corner. As he tried to filter it towards the net, it stays in the corner as Cutler battles with Will Rydell. Left side, Stapley, righty shot is blocked away by Radomski. Stapley gets it back near side. He'll move it across to Berg. One-timer goes wide. Cutler with a shot hits the side of the net. Well, he had an open look there as Radomski had lost his balance for a time. Stucker. Right corner, centers the Cutler. Will take a lefty shot, and that's blocked away. Cutler gets it back, and he gets back checked to the puck gets pushed back to the right point. Bocage with the puck. He'll skeet down the middle, take a righty shot. Saved by Radomski. Puck in front of the crease, and it rolls back to Radomski, who covers up. 9:46 is left in the first. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 6-4, but nobody has found the back of the net. And it's a 7-4 advantage on the shots for the Grizzlies. It's Utah nothing, Rapid City nothing here in the series opener. And you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
We're still early on over in Rapid City as there's 9:46 left in the first period. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 7-4. Brett Stapley leads Utah with 2 shots, and 5 other Grizzlies have 1 shot. For Rapid City in their 4 shots, Blake Bennett has 2, Brett Gravel and Will Rydell each have 1 shot. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time as Luke Manning will take the draw near side against Parker Bowman. Bowman for Rapid City wearing number 48, 6 feet, 186 pounds. He has 1 goal in 8 games. Puck goes towards the middle. Righty shot goes wide. Boy, Gallant looked like he had an outstanding look. Now Dennis left side. Lefty shot is blocked away. Manning in the far side. Dance around the far goal line. He pushes it up top. Grizzlies get it across to Dennison, who throws it towards the middle. Now back to Dennison left side. He moves it across to Corbett. Left side shot. Now it goes back to Corbett. Right side. Lefty shot is saved by Radomski. And he holds on as the Grizzlies really have been attacking Radomski over the last couple minutes. But it looks like Radomski's been up to the task as he has stopped all 8 or 9 he has seen so far. Radomski's on an AHL contract with the Calgary Wranglers, a native of Winnipeg, Manitoba, 6'2" and 192 pounds. Draws give me the far circle. Bocage will take it. He's got Manning taking the draw with Bocage to his left and Gallant to his right. As Luke Manning looks over, draw this time won by Rapid City as they skate around their net about 11 minutes in. Aliardi near side, sporting a sweet beard. He'll throw it to center ice. It bounced off of Manning, who gets it back towards Dennison. Now across as Grizzlies chip it towards the middle. Utah crosses center ice. Bocage skates down Broadway, drops it off for Manning. You're trying to get it back to Bocage. You couldn't get it, but Bocage gets it off the boards. He'll throw it over to Gallant, who backhands it up top. As Corbett dances around, he feeds it across to Dennison, who throws it to the middle for Bocage. Bocage gathers it. Righty shot is blocked away by Radomski. Chasing after it's Gallant with great speed, but Rapid City will move it out to center ice. Dennison deals it to Corbett, who deals it back to Dennison, who goes D-to-D with Corbett, who's in the Grizzlies zone along the far corner. He'll feed it ahead as Bocage at his blue line ahead. Pass connects tape to tape. Dylan Fitz skates down the middle. Take a righty shot. He scores! Dylan Fitz gets his 19th of the year, and the Grizzlies have taken a 1-0 lead. Boy, great pass by Bocage. The pass went blue line to blue line. From Bocage to Fitz, went tape to tape, and Fitz just got the puck, skated down the middle, and fired it past Matt Radomski. So Dylan Fitz remains red hot as he now has 11 goals in his last 13 games, so this being the 13th game. And for Bocage, he continues to do damage against Rapid City. He's up to 10 assists this season. So Utah leads 1-0, and Dylan Fitz is the opt-in first goal of the game scorer. Grizz have outshot the Rush 10-4 as the Rush won the faceoff. They skate from left to right. Gravel skates into the zone near circle. Skates towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. Grizzlies get it, and they'll clear it out to center as the puck hippity hops towards the Rapid City line. As Zach Taylor moves it ahead, as the Rush will dump it in. Does number 89, Mark Duarte, who's a +5 this season. Rush, far goal line, chipping out in front. Gravel shot. Saved by Cranley. Now right side shot. That one's blocked away by Penner. Now left side, lefty shot is blocked away again off the screen as the Rush will backpedal into their own zone. As Aragon and they say Corbett got the assist on Fitz's goal. It almost looked like Bocage, but it's tough to tell sometimes. Rush will fire it onto Cranley from neutral ice. Cranley gets it, and he'll push it towards the near side for Burke. Burke crosses center ice left wing, and he'll dump it in. Mesner chasing after it. Muzika gets there first, and he'll slice along the far side. As the Rush will move it out to center ice. 2-on-2, they cross center. Now they step over the line, but Zach Hoffman was too eager as he entered before the puck and Keanu Yamamoto entering. So offside of the Rush was 7:28 left in the first period. Well, obviously they don't show replays on visiting teams' goals, and I thought it was Bocage, and Rapid City's off-ice officials have been wrong from time to time, as we've known over the years. They've listed Fitz with the goal, which is obvious. Aragon and Corbett, they say, got the assist. That's to be determined, though, as it draws at neutral ice after the Rush were called for offside. Utah wins it as Grizzlies get it towards Wickers in the near side. He'll push it to Burke, who crosses center ice. Good to see Burke back after missing 3 straight. And so dump it in. Rush will clear it back to center. And it goes all the way on his wobbles outside. Icing is on the rush as Stucker chases after it as we get another whistle with 7:10 left in the first. So the Grizzlies have outshot the rush 10-8, and Dylan Fitz gets his 19th of the year, and he just stays red hot for the Grizzlies. You talk about what he did last year from about mid-February towards the playoff run. He was just outstanding. He was one of Utah's best forwards, and for the second straight year, Fitz has really made some key contributions for the Grizzlies down the stretch. Brandon Cutler, sporting a mustache, will take the draw far side. He wins it as Adam Berg will pitch it up top right point. Stucker fires towards the net, and it's blocked away by Radomski as Hoffman pushed Stapley about the time that the shot was fired by Stucker. As Rush enter the zone, they lose the puck near side as Cutler gets it ahead to Berg, who drops it for Stapley. Grizzlies in the attack zone as Stapley skates towards the corner, gets spun around by Hoffman. Now the puck goes back towards Stapley as Berg lets it go up top to Wickers, who pushes across. As the Grizzlies get it to Stapley's in the high slot, skating towards his right. He'll push it to his right as Grizzlies skate around Rapid City's net. I think that's Stucker. He'll push it up top. Wickers over towards Cutler, right side. One-timer goes wide. Rapid City will move it ahead as Rush cross center ice. Yamamoto pushes to his left. It bounces off of Cutler, gets the puck. Cutler will backhand it across, near side. Wickers dance around. He'll skate towards the near corner of his own zone. Now move it ahead. Pass bounces off of Constantinu's stick as Tyson Helgeson in his own end gets pushed by Bocage, but drops it for Constantinu, who will roll it along the far side. Grizzlies keep it in. They try to get to Bocage down the middle. It's poked away as the rush. Right side, Duarte will move it to his left as Janelle couldn't handle it. Puck near the Grizzlies bench, which is to the right of center ice, far side. Rush will move it across. Constantino right side will flub it ahead. It bounced off a Gallant stick. Gallant gets back checked, and the Grizzlies will clear it back to center again. As Rush with a near wing pass towards Duarte, who enters the zone. He centers it. Bouncing puck. Janelle gets it. Slot lefty shot goes wide. Now sharp angled shot far side is blocked away by Cranley. Left point. The Rush dance around the far circle. It's Rapid City. Far circle righty shot and a score. As the Rush have tied it up. Shot was taken by Mark Duarte. Did it get redirected by Janelle? They talk it over, and it looks like Mark Duarte gets his 10th of the season as we're tied at 1 with 5:22 left in the first. It looked like Rydell wanted the puck in the high slot for a one-timer, but Duarte just dangled the puck, found his own, he called his own number, and found a shooting angle as he gets his 10th of the year. This is his 28th game with the Rush this season. So we're tied at 1 with 5:22 left in the first, as Will Cranley has now saved 8 of 9. And Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, running back on the ice. He had been checking over the injured Jarrett Fisk, who apparently got hurt 2:13 into the game. As the Rush won the draw, and Rydell dumps it in, puck along the near boards, and it looks like the whistle blows, as something must have happened off the screen with 5:17 left in the first. So draw comes back towards the Rush zone, as it appears Rapid City was called for icing with 5:17 left in the first. Good Friday night crowd over at the Monument. Here's quite a few Grizzlies fans who had made the trip over to Rapid City, including Rob Church. I think Ina's there as well, and a few other Grizzlies fans that made the trip to Rapid City. Draw won by the Rush. They throw it to the far side. Grizzlies have it now as Fitz over towards Penner on the far side. He battles. Rapid City gets it. They'll push it up top. Puck goes past Mayhew. Rush chase after it. Aliardi gets the puck. He'll skate towards the right circle. Now he stops, pivots, and looks to center it. It bounced off a Mayhew stick. Davis couldn't handle it. Mayhew far in near corner will now skate up ice with good speed. Left wing. He'll get to center ice. Now he steps over the line and veers over to the right. As he'll chip it to the far corner. Wesley gets the puck, and he'll skate around Rapid City's net towards the near side. He'll drop it for Penner, who skates back towards the far side. He feeds it up top. Grizzlies get it across to Wickers, who dance around the left point. Now he stops and moves it to the near side. Aragon lets it go to Penner. Penner, near side, dance around. Hoffman poked it away. Now behind Rapid City's net, Utah with a wraparound that couldn't connect. As the puck goes to the near side, Wickers ahead to Fitz. Fitz in the corner, gets pushed. As Fitz loses his bounce, Duarte over there, the Rapid City score. He gets a good shoulder check from Penner. Puck goes to Hoffman, who skates around Rapid City's net. Now Hoffman will skate down the middle. He gets a new try. He crossed the red line near side, and he'll wrap it around the boards. Cranley cuts it off behind his net and drops it for Stucker. As we got about 4 minutes left in the first period, we're tied at 1. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 10-9 as Dylan Fitz is Utah's goal and Mark Duarte has the Rapid City goal. At least that's what the pronunciation guide says, how to say his name. Rush dumping in from center ice after the Grizzlies got it back to center. Now Stucker in his own end will get it ahead as it's gloved and dropped near the Grizzlies bench. Gravel dances around. He gets hit by Manning. Burke in the area. Burke gets the puck at the Utah line. He'll move it across to Wickers, who gets it across to Stucker. Stucker angles it to the left for Messner at center ice. Messner trying to get it ahead to Burke as the puck flubs towards Radomski. One hands it to the far corner. Manning chips it up top. Grizzlies right point. Stucker throws it back in. Burke behind the net. He avoids Constantinu's check and feeds to the far circle. Lefty shot saved by Radomski as puck ends up skipping out to center ice. Rink wide pass connects to the right. Gravel steps over the line. He stops and surveys. He'll move it across to somebody off the screen. The puck ends up deflecting out to center. Tyson Helgeson steers to his left. Rush will fire it to the far corner. As action now in the Grizzlies zone. Puck glides to the near side as Liam Dennison gets held up along the boards in his pro debut. Manning over there as well. Berg looks nearby. Manning comes out of the pile with the puck. He'll move it to his right. Grizzlies with a long-range pass, and the flight bounces along the near side of the Rush zone. Grizzlies skate around the net, wrap around, shot. It goes just wide. I think it was taken by Messner as Berg over there in the area. Messner looking nearby. Stucker gets Stuckey, Stapley over towards Messner as the puck kept up towards the line. Rapsey pokes it back to center. Grizzlies fire it back in. Radomski plays behind his net and drops it off for a defenseman as both teams will make a change. About 2:15 left in the first. We're tied at 1. Rapid City skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports, and we do apologize. Some of the details of this game can go missing from time to time in the remote broadcast. Eddie Yamamoto, right wing across the center ice, tried to dump it in. It bounced off the linesman. Grizzlies flub it ahead as Stapley over to Bocage, who collides at the line with Zach Taylor. Taylor's a 5'11", 185-pound defenseman. As Rapid City dance around, Will Rydell, who played against the Grizzlies in January, but was up in the AHL in early March. He'll get to the near side as Taylor moves it across. Left side, Rapid City crosses center down the middle. Now they step over the line. They try to chip it towards Davis, and it didn't get anywhere. As the puck glides towards the far corner deep in the Grizzly zone. It's run down by Aliardi, who skates along the left side. Wesley pokes it ahead. As Grizzlies will clear it out. It's going to be icing on Utah as we get a whistle with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first period. During the first intermission, we'll go over these scores from around the world of sports as well as the NCAA tournament. And we'll also give you some stats of the first period. Wish we could see a replay on that Fitz goal. I had sworn that it was Bocage that threw the blue line to blue line pass to Fitz, even though those guys aren't on the ice all that often. Some of the, sometimes it's tough to track players from time to time, especially at the Monument. As draws won by Rapid City, near side, Muzica rolls along the boards as the puck glides towards the point. Utah gets the puck. Gallant will bounce off the skate, and it goes to the left side as Manning fires it in from neutral ice. The puck glides towards the far side off the wall as Bocage skates towards the far side. Gallant gets hit in the back. There's 1 minute left in the first period. Bocage gets the puck back. He'll throw it back to the corner for Gallant, who centers it out in front. It's kicked by Radomski as Rapid City will push it towards neutral ice. As the Rush trying to filter it ahead, Bocage collides with somebody at neutral ice. It's taken by Penner, centering pass out in front, bounced off a Rush stick. As the Rush far side will carry it out to center ice. Rush will lift it in as the puck hippity hops deep in the Grizzly zone. Wickers after it. We'll get it to Aragon, who lets it go off the near boards as Fitz crosses center ice down the middle. He'll feed it to the left for Penner. Penner tried to center it to Fitz. It goes to Aragon, who skates towards the near corner, back to Fitz behind the net. He'll chip it up top for Wickers. Over to Penner. One-timer is blocked away by Tyson Helgeson. Helgeson near goal line gets it. He skates around his net towards the far side. He gets pushed by Penner, but keeps the puck and moves it ahead. Far side at the point. Action in the Rush zone as Penner gets pushed, and the puck goes out to center ice. 7 seconds left in the period. Penner one-hands it ahead, but the Rush will move a blue line to blue line pass. It doesn't connect, and icing is on the Rush with 1.7 seconds left in the first. So it looks like barring something crazy, we're going to be tied at 1 after 1 period. Remember, the Grizzlies did score first. They've got an outstanding record when they tally the first goals. Well, it looks like it's going to be a crazy series as the draw is going to be the near circle. Stapley will take the draw. He's got Berg to his right. as Parker Bowman for Rapid City orchestrates traffic as he tells everybody where to go as they'll take the draw along the near side as the puck goes towards the middle and Rapid City throws to the far corner, and that will do it for 20 minutes over at the Monument. Boy, Jarrett Fisk made his professional debut in net and appears he sustained an injury 2/17 into his pro debut and was replaced by Will Cranley. We didn't see the injury for Fisk, but we did see him getting helped off the ice by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. Lee returned to the Grizzlies bench about halfway through the first period. If we get any sort of update on Fisk's availability, then we'll let you know. Hopefully he's okay, as according to the Rapid City broadcaster, it was a non-contact injury, and he was replaced 2:13 in by Will Cranley, and Cranley saved 8 of 9 in the first period. So we'll come back and statistically go over the first 20 minutes of play and also talk about the Mountain Division standings and why it's certainly a critical weekend for the Grizzlies to pick up some standings points on the road against Rapid City. We'll come back and talk some hockey on the other side. Once again, after one period, it's the Grizzlies 1 and the Rush 1. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today. Black Bear Diner.
First intermission over at the Monument, and we're tied at 1. Grizzlies did score first as Dylan Fitz, 11:29 in, gave Utah 1-0 lead. They gave the assist to Aaron Aragon and Cody Corbett. I'm Tyson Whiting. Early on in the contest, we were all anticipating the professional debut of Jarrett Fisk. It appears he played in the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds of the game, but sustained an injury. It must have been off the screen. We didn't really notice anything, and we noticed a goaltender playing the puck a couple minutes into the game. That could have been Cranley at that point for all we know. But all we do know is that Jarrett Fisk did suffer an injury as he was helped off the ice by Grizzlies trainer Colin Lee, and hopefully he'll be okay as Cranley played the final 17:47 of the first period, and he stopped 8 of 9. Well, when Fitz scored 11:29 in, it gave Utah 1-0 lead. And you talk about, Dylan Fitz just kind of really being a big contributor and being a big contributor on the road in particular. Remember, the Grizzlies' last road trip was a 6-game affair, and he had 7 goals in the 6-game trip. So Fitz has 19 goals, and if I recall, at least 12 or 13 of them have come on the road this season. Fitz and Alex Bocage, as well as Brett Stapley, 3 different Grizzlies, have 2 shots in the first period, and then 5 other Grizzlies with 1 shot on goal. Rapid City tied it up as Mark Duarte got his 10th of the year with Will Rydell and Zach Taylor getting the assist. And for Taylor, that's memorable as it's his first professional point, as Taylor's making not only his home debut for Rapid City, but he's making his professional debut. He played the last 3 seasons at Brock University, and he actually played with Rush assistant coach Peter Dracos, who was an assistant with the Orangeville Flyers in the OJHL. Taylor, 5'10" and 170 pounds, out of Spokane, Washington. So Duarte scored 1438, and I've seen other people with that sort of spelling, Duarte, and they usually pronounce it Duarte, but that's just what the pronunciation guide says for Rapid City. So the Grizzlies have an 11-9 shot advantage. There wasn't a single penalty that was called in the first period. There were a couple instances where I thought the Grizzlies got away with one, but it looks like referee Tyler Haskell, for the most part, is going to let them play. For Rapid City, Matt Radomski has saved 10 of 11. It's certainly a big weekend and a big night in particular in the Mountain Division standings, as the Utah Grizzlies are 2 points behind the Tulsa Oilers for third place in the Mountain Division standings. As Tulsa is in third with 61 points. They are 25 points behind second place Idaho. And Tulsa is at Idaho here tonight. Late first period, the Oilers have a 1-0 lead over the Stillheads as McLaughlin scored his 8th of the year, 6:08 in, with Hilderman and Dante Sheriff getting the assists. Julian Junca gets the start in net for Tulsa. He has stopped all 12 he has seen. Jake Kiley is starting for Idaho, and he has saved 10 of 11. And it was a power play goal that was scored by McLaughlin, 6:08 into the first period. So Tulsa, early in the first, actually it's late in the first now, they lead Idaho 1-0. On Wednesday night, Tulsa did pick up a standing point, but Idaho got a 3-2 overtime victory in the series opener there. As it's game 2 of the 3-game set over at Idaho Central Arena, Tulsa leads Idaho 1-0. Other Mountain Division action. Looks like they're through 2 periods over at Credit Union of Texas Event Center, and the Allen Americans have a 4-3 lead over the Kansas City Mavericks. And if you're a Grizzlies fan, you're rooting for Kansas City tonight, as Allen is 4 points behind Utah for 4th place in the Mountain Division, as the Grizzlies are in 4th with 59 standings points and a .484 winning percentage. Allen has 1 game in hand, but they have 55 standings points and a .458 winning percentage. Allen leads Kansas City 4-3 after 2 periods. The newest member of the Americans is James Hardy. Hardy was just recently acquired in a trade, and right now he has the deciding goals. He has his 12th of the season, 16:53 into the second, as Allen also has goals from Murray, Jacobs, and Gavin Gould. As Allen leads 4-3 after 2 periods. If you're a Grizzlies fan, you're rooting for Kansas City in that game, and you're also rooting for Idaho. And I know it's tough for Grizzlies fans, but you're going to have to root for Idaho this weekend, as the Grizzlies are battling Tulsa for 3rd place in the Mountain Division. Other action in the league, Wichita and Iowa are tied at 1 with 5 minutes left in regulation. Halfway through the third, the 2-time defending Kelly Cup champion Florida Everblades have a 3-0 lead over Savannah. Late third period, Trois-Rivières is clinging to a 2-1 lead over Atlanta. Late third period, Toledo leads Fort Wayne 2-1. Games have gone final. Maine defeated Newfoundland 4-3. It was also a 4-3 final as Kalamazoo beat Wheeling. Orlando in overtime got a 3-2 win over South Carolina. Worcester over Reading 7-3. Greenville defeats Jacksonville 5-4. Indy leads Cincinnati in a game that's halfway through the third period. 5-2 is a score there. And another game that's gone final in a battle of the top 2 teams in the North Division. Adirondack defeats Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals. Now remember, Norfolk was just at Maverick Center, and the Grizzlies won 2 out of 3 games, picking up 5 out of 6 standings points against the Admirals. Let's see who scored for Norfolk. We're familiar with their roster. Looks like Carson Musser, Keaton Jamison, Dennis Smirnoff, and Danny Caddick had the Norfolk goals. But it looked like it was a great start by Adirondack, who at one point had a 5-2 lead about halfway through the third period. as it just wasn't enough as the Admirals were looking for a comeback attempt. They scored 2 power play goals in the third, but Adirondack comes away with a 5-4 victory. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores as well as NCAA tournament scores as the Grizzlies and the Rush are tied at 1 halfway through intermission as we're through one period over at the Monument. And if we get any update on the condition of Jarrett Fisk, we'll pass it along as Fisk. Hopefully he's okay. He was going to make his professional debut, and he is listed as getting his pro debut. He didn't see a single shot in the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds he was in there before sustaining an apparent injury. We'll come back and go over some NCAA scores as well as some NHL scores as we're tied at 1 through one period on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
We're tied at 1 after one period over at the Monument. Grizzlies did score first, but Dylan Fitz about 11 and a half minutes in. And then 3 minutes later, Mark DeBart tied it up for Rapid City, getting his 10th of the season. 4 NHL games. One of them includes the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche. They host Columbus tonight, and that score is tied at 1 after one period. Colorado's got a record of 44, 20, and 5, while Columbus has struggled a bit with a record of 23, 34, and 12. Kel McCarr is the one that scored the Colorado goal as they're tied at 1 after one period. 2 other games in progress, late third period. Oh, what a thriller they got over in D.C. as Washington leads Carolina 6-5. It looks to be a very entertaining game as the Capitals are up by 1. They have 6 goals on only 23 shots. Carolina has 5 goals on 28 shots. The great Alex Ovechkin has 1 goal and 1 assist. And Sonny Milano has 3 goals for Washington in their attack as they lead Carolina 6-5. Through 2 periods, Dallas leads Pittsburgh 3-1, and getting underway in about 10 minutes from now over at the large Mullet Arena, Seattle takes on the Arizona Coyotes. NCAA tournament action earlier today in the East region. The 9th seed Northwestern defeats Florida Atlantic 77-65 in overtime. In the West region, 3rd seed Baylor defeats Colgate 92-67. In the East region, 5th ranked San Diego State defeats UAB 69-65. In the South region, early on, Marquette was trailing at halftime, but they picked up a big second half and they defeat 15th ranked Western Kentucky 87-69. Clemson over New Mexico 77-56. The top-seeded defending champion UConn Huskies defeat Stetson 91-52. And one of the big upsets of the day, 13th seed Yale defeats Auburn 4 in an East region matchup, 78-76. And a very high-scoring affair in the South region, 10th-ranked Colorado defeats 7th seed Florida 102-100. Other games have gone final. In the South region, Texas A&M defeats Nebraska 98-83. Duke over Vermont, 64-47 in the South region. A couple games in progress right now. Late second half, Purdue looks like they're going to defeat the 16 seed as Purdue, the 1 seed, leads Grambling State 74-48. Halfway through the second half, Alabama is throttling Charleston 88-61. Just getting underway, Houston leads Longwood 7-0. And James Madison, a very popular 12 seed to defeat the 5 Wisconsin early on. 2.5 minutes in, James Madison leads Wisconsin 5-2. Later on, Utah State takes on TCU at 8:25 and at 8:30. Grand Canyon University And their big advertising budget takes on St. Mary's in the final game of the day. Well, we'll come back and have second period action as Utah leads Rapid City 1. Utah and Rapid City are tied at 1. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. We're tied at 1 heading into the second period. Well, on Monday, Brandon Cutler scored his 30th goal of the season, and he became the first Grizzlies player since Caleb Herbert scored 32 goals in the 2018-2019 season. Turns out to be a very prestigious club, the 30-goal club, as Brandon Cutler joins the likes of Caleb Herbert, who had 32 goals in the aforementioned 2018-2019 season. Paul McElveen had 30 goals in the 2011-2012 season. Current Grizzlies head coach Ryan Kanasowicz had 48 goals in the 2009-2010 season. That same year, A.J. Perry scored 30 goals. Tom May had 31 goals in the 2008-09 season. Kanasowicz had 39 goals in the 2005-06 season. That was the first year in the ECHL era. John Purvis back in the old IHL had 36 goals in the 1999-2000 season. Sean Talaire had 31 goals that same year, the 1999-2000 year. Brad Lauer had 31 goals in the 1998-99 season. Kip Miller had 38 goals for the 1997-98 Grizzlies. That same year, the 97-98 season, which was the first season of Maverick Center, Mark Lawrence also had 36 goals. And in the Grizzlies championship year of the 1995-96 season, Brett Levers had 36 goals. But there's only one player in Grizzlies history that have multiple 30-plus goal seasons. And that, you guessed it, it's current Grizzlies head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. In fact, Kanasowicz has the top 2 goal-scoring seasons in Utah Grizzlies history. The 48 goals he scored in the 2009-2010 year is the only season where a Grizzly player scored 40 or more. And Kanasowicz obviously had 39 goals in the 2005-06 season, which ranks as the second best in team history. For Brandon Cutler, he certainly scored goals in bunches. Here is the Rio Tinto Kennecott fact of the game. Cutler's got 30 goals this season. Each of his last 7 goals have been assisted by Brett Stapley. So you talk about the great dynamic duels in Utah sports history. Obviously, everybody thinks about Stockton to Malone. 2 years ago, especially in the playoffs, Ben Tardif to Charles-Edward Dastu. That was certainly a popular combination. And this season, Stapley to Cutler to the back of the net has certainly been something that's really been a key staple of the Grizzlies over the last couple months. That's right. 7 straight Brandon Cutler goals have been assisted by Brett Stapley. It's interesting that the first 9 goals that Brandon Cutler scored, Stapley didn't assist in any of them. So 13 of the last 21 Brandon Cutler goals have been assisted by Brett Stapley. Stapley and Cutler out on the ice to start the second period. Now it looks like they're going to be paired up with Adam Berg. The defensive pairing is going to be Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley. For Rapid City, it looks like it's going to be the same 5 that started the game. Blake Bennett with Brett Davis and Alex Aliardi. We can't see him, but the defensive pairing is probably Tyson Helgeson and Billy Constantino. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports, and we're just going to try to describe the details the best we can, even though some of them have, unfortunately, and key details at that have gone missing. As the Rush win the draw, they're back in their own end as they'll push it ahead. Wesley chasing after it near side as he gets it behind, I believe that's still Will Cranley wearing number 30, and it is Cranley still in net. Rush have it far circle, lefty shot, saved by Cranley. First shot of the second period taken by Blake Bennett. Left side, Rush rolled along the boards, far corner. Aliardi gets pushed by Mayhew. Aliardi sporting a sweet beard. Skates towards the right corner. Drops it for Constantino, who battles. Grizzlies literally kick it out to center ice. Rush. Aliardi back. Will skate across center ice. Nice spin move as he skates down the middle. As he fakes a shot, chips towards the far side. Grizzlies poking out to center. Gallant chasing after it as he's deep in the Rush zone near corner. Rush will slice it ahead along the near side. At center ice, Brett Gravel tries to reach for it as Wesley gets knocked down along the near boards, and looks like the puck goes out of play as we got 19:03 left in the second. Looks like we got our first penalty of the game. Yeah, it's going to be on the Rush. So the Grizzlies get their first power play. Something must have happened off the screen, and the screen right now a little bit fuzzy. Looks like they're having a tough time keeping it focused. As 57 seconds into the second period, somebody has picked up a penalty for Rapid City. We didn't get to see the referee signal as to what it was. We imagine with Josh Wesley falling down near the Utah blue line that Wesley had drawn the penalty. So it's Utah's first power play of the game. They're 19.6% this season, which ranks 17th best in the league. Grizzlies win the draw far side as Bocage surveys. Now he gets up top towards Mayhew, but it's taken away by Rapid City, and they clear it all the way out. As Cranley behind his net will drop it for Mayhew. He's got 15 power play assists this season. Mayhew gets a new tries and will drop it off back in the Grizzlies zone as Utah crosses center of speed. And that's Cutler. He'll drop it for Wesley, trying to get to Mayhew. It's poked towards the middle. Stapley keeps it in over to Wesley. One-timer, and that one goes wide. That shot was actually taken by Fitz on the one-timer. Stapley right side. Toe drags towards the middle, keeps the puck. Now he pivots and skates back towards the right side and feeds it up top to Mayhew. Mayhew across now to Stapley right side, back towards the left. Righty shot saved by Radomski. The shot was taken by Bocage, who gets it back. He feeds up top to Mayhew across to Stapley right side. He'll throw it to the near goal line. Fitz trying to get it up top for Mayhew as the puck lifted off Fitz's stick, and it goes all the way back towards Will Cranley. Halfway through Utah's first power play of the game, and we're 2 minutes into the second. We're still tied at 1. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 12-10. Mayhew chips it back to Bocage across the center ice down the middle. Now he veers off to the left. He'll step over the line. Grizzlies get it in deep. Muzica behind his net will slice it towards the near side. Cut off by the Merrimack product. Mick Messner, he feeds up top. Now Wesley, high slot, righty shot. And glove saved by Radomski as he snatched it about shoulder high and holds on with 17:39 left in the second. So there's 36 seconds left in Utah's power play as Nugget, the Rapid City mascot, looks over. It looks like a pretty good Friday night crowd over at the Monument. Nugget looks like a horse. That's precisely what he is, as he's holding up some food. He's got a big cowboy hat on the top of his head, as Cole Gallant will take the draw, but it's won by Rapid City. Hoffman throws to the far side. The Rush will slice it all the way towards Cranley. Chasing after it is Josh Wesley. Wesley skates down the middle. The Grizzlies captain has 7 power play goals this season, which leads all league defensemen. He'll chip it back for Gallant down the middle. He pitches to his left. Grizzlies step over the line. Manning feeds up top left point. Now up top for Wesley, who throws it to his left. Grizzlies chip it off the near boards. Messner will move it to the near corner. Doesn't get all the way there. Muzica throws it to the point. Messner keeps it in. As Messner has a tap off his stick coming out of the box is Mark Duarte. Not sure what he did yet, but he's out of the box. We didn't get to see the referee's signal on the penalty as Stucker skates around Cranley's net. Utah skating from left to right as we attempt to watch the game on Flow Sports. As Stucker gets held up by Davis. Now Duarte with great speed skates towards the right side. He's got a quick burst, and he's got good size too. Duarte, far corner, gets shadowed like a hawk by Burke. Duarte dances around. Now he skates back towards the point as he'll drop it for Davis. Davis loses the puck. Now he gets it back. Centers it towards Duarte, who couldn't reach it. Duarte gets knocked down by Penner. Near side, Aliardi skates towards his right. He's in the high slot. Righty shot goes wide. Duarte gallops towards the far corner and gets it. He gets pushed by Burke. Stucker in the area. Rolls it around Utah's net towards the near side. Penner couldn't reach it. He'll gallop after it. Near side. He'll poke it over as Rush Constantino keeps it in. Far side. Lefty shot goes wide. Constantino tried to shovel it towards the corner. Now he gets it in the left point. He'll slide it to his right. Now back down the middle, Will Rydell, lefty shot is blocked by Penner. Rydell behind Utah's net, throws to Bennett, goes between his legs. Left point, Rush get it back towards Bennett, who fumbles the puck. He battles with Stucker. Stucker trying to hack it away. Penner joins the play. Puck gets chipped towards Messner, who moves to his left. Grizzlies, Burke will move it ahead as Penner couldn't reach it. Billy Constantino skates around his net towards the near side. 15:40 and counting left in the second. We're still tied at 1. Constantino gets to center ice, right wing, and he'll drive it around the boards. Bennett near side, nearby was Stucker. And the puck goes over to Cody Corbett. That's right. The Grizzlies signed Corbett again, who's making his 5th appearance with Utah. Stapley crossing center ice. He steps over the line, veers over to the right circle as he's being shadowed by Helgeson. Helgeson knocks him down. Stapley strong with the puck. Gets towards Cutler. One-timer goes wide. Skating towards the corner is Corbett. As he'll roll along to Berg, far side. Berg chips up top to Cutler. One-timer. Glove save by Radomski. And he snatched it about ankle high. As Cutler had a pretty good look as he was trying for his 31st of the season. 15:11 left in the second. We're still tied at 1. Nobody has scored here so far in the second period. Grizzlies had 1 power play earlier in the second and had a couple decent looks on Radomski. Rapid City's yet to go on the power play this evening. Brett Stapley with his stick on his knees trying to get some air as he looks over at Mark Duarte, who's 6'2" and 187 pounds. He's a pretty impressive player. He's got an AHL contract with the Calgary Wranglers. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Cutler shot is blocked by Duarte. Cutler gets it back. He'll skate along the near side, centering pass. Shot and score! I think Stapley might have gotten a piece of it as Utah's taking a 2-1 lead. Let's see. It looks like Stapley skates towards the bench first. He gets his 21st of the season. Cutler to Stapley to the back of the net. And it's interesting. It's been Brett Stapley who's been the distributor to Cutler. And Cutler returns the favor as Stapley, who had 2 goals and 2 assists on Monday, stays red hot as he leads Utah with 16 multiple-point games this season. And Stapley's already halfway there as the Grizzlies. And really, it's been that forward line, Stapley, Cutler, and Berg that have gotten the job done over the last handful of games. And it's Cutler to Stapley to the back of the net as Utah leads 2-1. Draw center ice won by the Grizzlies as Utah got a first-period goal from Dylan Fitz, and Brett Stapley scores here in the second. Pass ahead to Bocage, skips over his stick as the puck bounced off the linesman. Now the Grizzlies skate in. Bocage far side gets hit by Hoffman and gets divorced in the puck. Uzika rolls along the near side. Wesley fires towards the net. Bounced off Radomski towards the near circle as the Rush will pitch it ahead. Actually, it stays in the Rush zone as it bounced off of something. Might have bounced off of one of the linesmen as the Rush left wings it out to center ice. Pass connects to Duarte. Duarte skates towards his right. He's strong with the puck. He'll take a righty shot. That's blocked by Mayhew. Duarte gets it back along the right point. He'll skate towards his left and drop it off. As Rush one-handed towards the far corner, Bocage battles as he holds up Riley St. Ange, number 7, 3rd pro game for St. Ange. He'll glide it towards the near side. It's taken by Utah as Wesley will saucer it ahead as the puck lifts off of Manning's stick as Grizzlies move it to the right side. Utah enters but fumbles the puck. Mayhew gets it, but Wesley entered before the puck, and Utah's offside with 14:05 left in the second. So a draw comes back to neutralize. Utah's second goal was scored 4:55 into the second. Brett Stapley getting his 21st of the year, and Brandon Cutler getting his 23rd assist. As a draw, won by Rapid City. Fitz chasing after it, though. Right side, righty shot. And it goes over Radomski's head, stays in play as the Rush will lift it into the Grizzly zone, chasing after it. Stucker, and it's going to be icing on the Rush with 13:53 left in the second. Utah's up to 17 shots, and the Rush have 12. Well, it should be an interesting weekend series as you never know what's going to happen when the Grizzlies are over in Rapid City. We've seen some of the strangest games when the Grizzlies have been over at the Monument. Oddly enough, for Utah, it's the first time they're facing Rapid City in Rapid City this season. Previous 6 meetings this year were at Maverick Center. Shot goes wide, taken by Aragon. Now Aragon far side fires towards the net, sharp angle. It bounced off for Radomski, who gathers it. He holds on with 13:41 left in the second. Brett Stapley gets his 21st of the year, and Utah leads 2-1 with 13:41 left in the second. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119
Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1 as there's 13:41 left in the second period. Utah has outshot Rapid City 6-3 in the second. As Mick Messner will take the drives out there with Nathan Burke, and it's great to see Burke back after missing the last 3 games. Quinn Wicker's out there in his return to Rapid City. Rush win the draw. Constantino will backhand it off the near glass. The puck wobbles outside towards Cranley as Stucker chases after it and gets it before it got onto Cranley. As Stucker angles it to the left at center ice, pass connects. Burke will cross center ice. Now he gains line. Feeds it to his right for Gallant. Now back to the left side. Messner with a one-timer that goes wide. Stucker in the near corner. He gets hit by Tyson Helgeson. Puck glides towards Burke, who trying to get it back to Stucker. The 2 Minnesota products. Messner gets hit in the near corner. He'll slice along the boards towards the far side. Aliardi will bouncing off a Grizzly skate as the puck wobbles outside towards the near side. Rush back in their own zone. Get it to Blake Bennett, one of the best rookies in the league. He right wings it out as Aliardi steps over the line, fakes a shot at the right point, drops it off. Rush, right wing. Righty shot saved by Cranley as he gathers it and holds on with 12:52 left in the second. So Rush will have an offensive zone draw. Grizzlies have outshot them 17-13 as both teams will change things up. Brett Stapley and Peter Muzica have some words as Stapley enters the ice. And what can you say? Brett Stapley has been one of the best players in the league. And I'm not just saying that because I watch every Brett Stapley game, but statistically, he's right up there. He entered play tonight, tied for 5th in the league with 44 assists, and he was tied for 6th in the league with 64 goals. And after his second period goal, make it 65 points in the season for Stapley. Grizzlies win the draw. They'll lift it out the center ice. Puck bounced off a rush stick towards the near side. They gallop after it. Hoffman will dump it in. He's one of their more dependable defensemen as Cody Corbett rolls it along the far side, and it looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. The whistle blows with 12:34 left in the second. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies tonight. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Instagram, X, as well as TikTok and Snapchat. I'm on X at Tyson on Sports. Jake Stella in his pro debut, 5'11", 190 pounds to take the draw against Stapley. Stapley wins it as Corbett throws it around his net. Liam Dennison in his pro debut. The Merrimack product loses the puck. Right side, Rush with the center it over towards Rydell. It bounced off a stick and it goes to Utah. Grizz cross center with speed as Berg dumps it into the right corner and chases after it. Berg gets pushed by Muzica, and the Rush take over the puck. They get it up over to Riley Janelle, who had a goal against Utah in early March at Maverick Center. Janelle, right side, tried to chip it out in front. Too many bodies in the area as it's taken by Wesley, who one-hands it ahead. Berg gathers it. He'll step over the line. Wesley in the area. Wesley pushes in deep. Berg chasing after it behind Rapid City's net. He skates towards the near corner, gets cut off by Hoffman. As Manning's over in the area, puck behind Rapid City's net. The Rush have it. Manning chases after him as Rush feed it to the near side. Hoffman outlets at the center ice. Janelle fumbles it. Now he gathers it. Janelle played with Connor Bedard in the WHL last season. Wesley ahead over to Bocage as the puck skips deep in the Rush zone. Bocage gathers the puck. He'll skate around Rapid City's net. He'll drop it for Mayhew. Left wing shot goes wide. Radomski might have gotten a piece of it. We didn't see the net. As Mayhew danced around the near corner. Now he pushed it out in front. It goes all the way to the high slot. Bocage behind his back. Left wing, Gallant over to Wesley. High slot, righty shot. Saved by Radomski. Rebound, bounces off a stick and goes back towards Radomski, who covers up. As Will Rydell had the puck in the near side. He just threw it back to his goaltender, who stops play with 11:14 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1. Some of the newer Grizzlies have looked good here. Luke Manning, Liam Dennison. If we get an update on the Jarrett Fisk injury, we'll pass it along. Penner will take the draw. He's got Fitz to his left and Aragon to his right. Grizzlies win the draw. Aragon throws it up top, but it exits the zone. 2-on-1. Rush skate to the right side. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Cranley as Brett Gravel just raced along the right side. Had a pretty good look, and Cranley was able to make the stop. As Cranley making his 21st appearance with the Grizzlies, Brett Gravel has been one of Rapid City's best goal scorers over the last 3 years. He has 18 goals in 60 games this season. It's game 62 for the Grizzlies and 61 for Rapid City. We talk about the Grizzlies Iron Man. Mick Messner, Brandon Cutler, and Tyler Penner. They're the only 3 players who appeared in every game this season. As Mark Duarte looks like he's going to take the draw against Grizzlies Iron Man Tyler Penner. Draw kind of stays in the circle. Penner pushes it back to Stucker. Over to Fitz near side. Fitz gets pushed in the shoulder and gets divorced from the puck. As Rapid City gets to the near corner, Fitz chases after it. As he battles, he'll push it across from one corner to the other. Wicker's chasing after it, but it goes to Brett Gravel, who skates towards the middle. He'll take a lefty shot that goes high. As Stucker pushed along the near side, Gravel has a tap off his stick. Tyson Whiting feeds it to the near corner. As Duarte gets pushed by Stucker. Puck goes to Fitz along the near side. Fitz gets neutralized. He crosses center. He'll fire it in deep as Radomski looks over his right shoulder. Puck glides to the near side. Fitz chases over it, and the Rush clear it back to center. Grizzlies back in their own end as Corbett with a long-range pass. It bounced off of Fitz, rolls to Radomski, who pushes to the far side for Constantino, who stops behind the Rush's net. Grizzlies skating from left to right here in the second period. Rush from right to left. Tyson Helgeson, long-range pass, deflects off a stick. It flies into the Grizzlies zone. Corbett chasing after it with good speed as Bowman pushes to the far side. Rush get it up top. Right point. Shot goes wide. And now to the near side. Yamamoto dance around. He'll take a righty shot, and that's poked away. It might have bounced off of Parker Bowman. Liam Dennison was in the area for Utah wearing number 22. Grizzlies will drag it out to center ice. And Berg dumps it in. He'll chase after it in the far corner. Muzica rolls it back to the near side as Hoffman will back end it ahead as Bowman lays it for Mauricio Coella. Coella, number 10, will push it off the far boards. Coella chasing after it. Mayhew gives him a good push as the Rush get it back to the right point. Now across to Muzica. Left side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley, and he holds on. Good job by Kyle Mayhew. Delivers a push on Parker Bowman after the whistle. 9:23 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1 as Utah got a first period goal from Dylan Fitz, and Brett Stapley scored in the second period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
So Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1 as there's 9:23 left in the second period. Brett Stapley will take the draw in the near circle. Brett Davis will do the honors for Rapid City. Davis was acquired recently in a trade for Jimmy Soper. As Rapid City wins the draw, Rydell drops it for Aliardi, who feeds it up top left side. Shot saved by Cranley, and he holds on with 9:15 left in the second. Well, if you're watching on Flow Sports, you can tell that we couldn't see who took the shot. We believe it's Blake Bennett who entered the screen after the whistle. Bennett's got 28 goals this season. We apologize if you're tuned into YouTube, as unfortunately some of the key details of the game have gone missing, and so I can't really describe what I can't see, including any details on that Fisk injury. He got hurt 2:13 in the first period. As draw is going to be the near circle, Brett Stapley, who's a top 10 scorer in the league this season. He'll take the draw with Brett Davis taking it for Rapid City. Cutler's on the ice. As Utah wins the faceoff, Wesley near side will skate up ice. Right wing, he'll get to neutralize. He'll chip it ahead. It bounced off of Berg's chest. He goes deep in the rush zone. Berg chasing after it as he collides with Zach Taylor in Taylor's pro debut. 2-on-2 battle just to the right of Radomski's net. Utah feeds it up top. Mayhew over to Wesley. Now across towards the middle. Grizzlies get it poked away as Cutler was skating in. Bennett gets it to Aliardi. Right side, he crosses center ice and chips it in. Aliardi chasing after it. He feathers it out in front, and it bounced off a stick and glides towards the near side. Stapley across to Cutler, gets around center ice. Cutler, the third-year pro, feeds to the far corner and chases after it as he gets around Constantino. Cutler will bounce it out in front. It bounced off a rush skate onto Radomski, who covers up with 8:32 left in the second. As Cutler tried to center it, but nobody was home for Utah as it just bounced off of Helgeson and onto Radomski. Utah went 4-1-1 in the recently completed 6-game homestand. Utah picked up a 1-1-1 record against Rapid City to begin the homestand last week. Utah got 5 out of 6 standings points and a 2-0-1 record against the Norfolk Admirals. As the draw taken by Luke Manning, and it's won by Utah. Quinn Wickers, left point, will get it over. Now to Manning, one-timer, and that's blocked by the Rush. Rapid City pushing out to center ice. Brett Gravel skates towards the left side, centers out to the right. Righty shot goes wide behind Utah's net. Rush filtered out in front. It's taken by Gallant, who clears it out to center. Rush chase after it in their own zone near side. Constantine, who gets it, and he'll move it out to center ice, but it's taken by Stucker, who's back in the Grizzlies zone. He'll drag it ahead as it goes to Bocage. Bocage will cross center ice. He gets it poked away by Mark Duarte. As Rush neutralized, right wing it out Duarte, who skates towards the far circle, take a shot, and he scores. And it's the Grizzlies 2 and Mark Duarte 2 as he gets the second of the game. And with 7:50 left in the second, it's been the Mark Duarte show as he's 2/3 of the way to a hat trick as he high-fives everybody on the Rush bench. Mark Duarte, Duarte, gets his 11th of the season and second of the game as the fans yell, "Hey, go Rush!" As Duarte just skated towards the far dot and fired it past Will Cranley. So it's the Rush 2 and the Grizzlies 2. As there's 7:48 left in the second period. Grizzlies win the draw, skating from left to right. Duarte's goal was assisted by Constantino and Riley St. Ange. Action in the Rush zone, right side. Corbett chips it across to Dennison, left side. He feeds it across towards Aragon, who has a bounce off his stick. Near side, Corbett trying to get it back to Aragon. It goes around him. Penner behind his net. Gets knocked down. Aragon fires a sharp-angled shot. It hits off of Radomski. Right side, Corbett spins towards the near side. As he stops, pivots, gets it over to Aragon, who feeds up top. Penner on the right point. Rolls it along the boards. Aliardi over in the far corner. Fits in the area. As Aliardi will move it ahead. Grizzlies gather it. Far circle. Penner will feed it off the end boards. Penner chasing after it. As Penner gets held up along the near wall. Aragon banks it off the boards. Wesley over to Mayhew, back towards Aragon. It tapped off of Aliardi's stick, and the Rush will clear it back to center. As Mayhew will get it to Wesley, who's at the Utah line. Wesley dances around, skates towards Cranley. Now he throws a right wing pass that lifts in the air as it chips over to the near corner. Messner skates around his net. He'll feed it up top. Shot by Mayhew goes wide. Now right side, Wesley with a blast that goes wide. As Mayhew left side, lefty shot, glove saved by Radomski. And he holds on with 6:29 left in the second. As Grizzlies have been very active here in the second period shot-wise. Rapid City is a team that allows 34.3 shots per game, which is in the bottom half of the league. Utah 11 shots in the first. They've now taken 13 in the second. The Rush have 9 shots in the first and 8 so far in the second. Fitz, Wesley, and Mayhew each have 4 shots for the Grizz. As the drop over in the far circles, won by Rapid City. As the Rush try to slice it ahead. Rush still have it in their own zone. As Zach Taylor skates around his net. Out to the near side, he goes to Parker Bowman, who crosses center ice left wing. He steps over the line and drops it off. As Koala over towards Taylor, left side, fires towards the net, looking for Yamamoto out in front. Pass goes wide as the Grizzlies tattoo it off the near boards. Berg skates in right side. Now he surveys and gets up top to Gallant, who moves it across left side. Now up top to Wesley, right point. They'll feed it to Mayhew, left side. Mayhew with a lefty shot that goes wide as Wesley throws it to somebody off the screen. Mayhew gets it the left point, dance around as he's being shouted by Yamamoto. Grizzlies trying to get it back to Mayhew in the give and go. Pass goes wide and the Rush clear it out. Wesley gallops after it. The son of 20-year NHL vet Glenn Wesley. As Grizzlies in their own zone, Stapley left wings it out to neutralize. Grizzlies dump it in. Berg chases after it. Tyson Helgeson gets there first. Stapley in the near side, but the Rush clear it back to center. Stucker chasing after the puck that wobbles on its side like a spinning top. Stucker gets it at the Utah goal line. He'll stop behind Cranley's net as Grizzlies spread the ice with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second. Stucker advances it to neutralize. Grizzlies cross center. They'll push it to the right for Cutler. Cutler right wing lefty shot. Saved by Radomski, who just snatched it about shoulder high with an even 5 minutes left in the second period. It's the Grizzlies 2 and Matt Duarte and Mark Duarte 2, as we got an even 5 minutes left in the second. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
There's an even 5 minutes left in the second period as the Grizzlies and Rush are tied at 2. Looks like a pretty good Friday night crowd over at the Monument. Grizzlies are 8-9-2 on Fridays this season. Rapid City is 5-15. Grizzlies did score the first goal, and they've only lost 5 times and only lost 3 in regulation when scoring first this year. Rapid City has been pretty good, been playing well as of late. They're 3-1-1 over their last 5 games. Stapley will take the draw against Rapid City's Brett Davis. Stapley scored a second period goal to give Utah a 2-1 lead before Duarte got a second of the game to tie it up. Utah wins the draw. Wickers over to Cutler, right point. He'll dump it in. Berg gets hit in the bank by Constantinu. Stapley over there. He gets the puck. Yes, he'll move it up top. And out it goes to somebody to the left side. Back across to Cutler, right point. He gets it off the boards. Cutler fires towards Berg. Left wing shot saved by Radomski as Grizzlies get it back to the far circle. Now to Cutler, high slot. One-timer is blocked away by Tyson Helgeson. His brother Kenton Helgeson is a scratch for Rapid City tonight. As Grizzlies near side, Cutler feeds it across. Pass connects to Stapley. Now up top to Cutler, left point. He'll take a lefty shot that's blocked away as the puck flips high into the air. It bounces in the slot. Helgeson knocks down Grizzly. Now walking against Cutler, backhand shot. Saved by Radomski as Cutler was all alone in front of the net. Stapley fires towards the net, and that's blocked away by Radomski. It goes back to Stapley as he surveys Stapley. Throws it in, and it bounced off a stick. Cutler battles. Now Cutler gets it as Berg skates in front of the net. Cutler now on the right point. Over to Stucker. One-timer's wide. As Wickers rolls it to the far corner. It's taken by the Rush. Rapid City with a long-distance flight that connects to the far side. As the Rush skate in. Stucker with a great check. Poking it away from Aliardi. He's got a 10-game point scoring streak. Over to the left side. One-timer's a swing and a miss. Right side. Mark Duarte on hat-trick watch. Fires towards the net, and that's blocked away. As Grizzlies will lift it high into the air, and it bounces in the rush zone. Chasing after it is Luke Manning. He skates around his net towards the far side. He gets hit as the stick goes flying. As Manning got hit by Muzica. Rush will ricochet off the near boards. Now Gravel steps over the line as he gets pushed by Cody Corbett. Both guys wear number 23. As the puck glides along the far side, Manning pushes ahead. Rapid City chasing after it, and it looks like it's going to be icing on Utah as we get a whistle with 3:03 left in the second. You had mentioned earlier in the period that Messner, Cutler, and Penner have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies. For the Rush, Maurizio Koala has played in all 61 games, as has Keanu Yamamoto, Brett Gravel, and Alex Aliardi, as well as Blake Bennett. So 5 different Rush forwards have appeared in every game this season. Draws in the far circle. Luke Manning will take it against Duarte, and the puck is won as 2 players go down after trying to accept it. As the Rush dump it back in from center from neutral ice. Corbett will chip it off the near glass, as it looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies again, as there's 2:47 left in the second. Well, it's anybody's game here late in the second period. Certainly been an entertaining affair. Remember, it's the same 2 teams tomorrow night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off, and Sunday is going to be a 4:05 start. Pregame coverage will begin at 3:50. Manning will take the draw, the 5'10" and 190-pound forward. Mark Duarte, at least that's what the pronunciation guide says in the Rapid City notes, wearing number 89. He'll take the face-off. Draw won by Utah's Cody Corbett. It was just re-signed by the Grizzlies earlier today, trying to clear it out. It stays in, high slot, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. Looked like the shot was taken by Riley St. Ange, who's in his 3rd pro game, 5'11", and 196 pounds. As Cranley makes the stop, He came in 2 minutes and 13 seconds into the contest as Jarrett Fisk made his professional debut, but he exited due to an injury. So both teams reshuffle the deck personnel-wise. Draw's going to be in the far circle as we're late in the second period. And the draw won by Utah. Dylan Fitz gets it in the slot. He'll skate towards neutral ice. He'll lift it in. Aragon chasing after it, but it's going to be icing on Utah as Fitz dumped it in from Grizzlies territory as there's now 2:33 left in the second. That's the third icing against the Grizzlies over the last minute. As the draw comes back towards Will Cranley, who certainly had some great moments for the Grizzlies, and I thought he played pretty well in the 2 games that he appeared in against the Norfolk Admirals. He stopped 28 of 30 last Saturday, and then he saved 45 of 50 and was very busy on Monday. Rush, right point, righty shot, glove saved by Cranley, and he holds on. I say Saturday, obviously meaning Sunday. Saturday, it was Dante Januzzi in net, and what really is now known as the Military Night Miracle, with the Grizzlies overcoming the 4-1 deficit. Cranley stopped 28 of 30 in a 5-2 win this past Sunday, and then on Monday stopped 45 of 50. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate around their net towards the near side. Fitz will pitch it ahead. It goes back to Rapid City. Rush will advance it, looking for Bowman. He couldn't get it. As the puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone, Wesley gets it from behind, but throws it from one corner to the other to Mayhew. Mayhew right wings it towards Wesley. It tapped off of his stick. Wesley gets it back. He gets checked along the near boards by Helgeson. As Wesley right side gets it across to Mayhew all alone. Left side, lefty shot. Saved by Radomski. As the puck goes towards the far corner, Constantino gets hit with a high stick. And he goes down. It looks like it's going to be Rapid City's first power play of the game. Puck still alive. Penner goes and touches it up as Dylan Fitz gets a high sticking penalty. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a slash. That's the signal, as Constantino looked like he got hit up high. Dylan Fitz argues his case, but it looks like he's going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Looked like the referee's signal was a slashing penalty as Fitz puts his right palm in the air and is talking with one of the linesmen. The linesman's like, I didn't make the call. Haskell did, the referee. So Fitz goes in the box. It's the first penalty by the Grizzlies. It's interesting when Rapid City picks up a penalty, they never show their player in the box. When there's a Grizzly in the box or any visiting player, they make sure to show multiple times. We believe the signal given by the referee was a slashing minor as Rapid City's on the power play for the next 2 minutes. There's 1:48 left in the second. If Rapid City doesn't score, they're on the power play to end the second period. They'll be on the man advantage for the first 12 seconds of the third period. So Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 2 as we're tied here in the second. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard. As the Rush win the draw, Bennett left point, moves it to his right. As the Rush high slot, righty shot. Saved by Cranley as he holds on as the shot was fired about chest high, and Cranley snatched it right in front of the Grizzlies logo in the front of his white jersey. So draw comes back towards the far circle. Brett Davis will skate and take the draw. Mick Messner, one of the best penalty-killing forwards on the Grizzlies, will do the honors. Messner has 3 shorthanded goals this season. Davis wins the draw, literally kicking it back towards the point. Bennett feeds it to the near goal line. Now back up top for Bennett. Left side, he gets to the high slot. Now back to Bennett, left wing. He'll chip it out in front towards Aliardi. It glances off of his stick and flies towards the far corner. Rush, far goal line. Try to chip it towards Bennett. It bounced off a Grizzly towards the near corner. Bennett surveys left wing. He gets up top. Now back to Bennett. Left side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley, and he holds on as Bennett went stick side, and Cranley was able to gather it and hold on with 1:15 left in the second. Cranley looks at his glove on his left side. He gets a swig of water as both teams will change up skaters. Mayhew and Wesley out there. That's the 2 defensemen. Penner and Aragon are the 2 forwards. As Penner and Wesley talk things over, Penner gives kind of a shoulder head fake to his right, talking with Wesley. As Penner will take the draw, he wins it. Wesley tried to clear it out and he fanned on it. Now Wesley gets it back and he'll throw it out of the zone as it goes all the way back towards Rapid City goaltender Radomski, who stays in front of his net. As the Rush, far side, will spin it out to center ice. Rapid City steps over the line down the middle. Brett Davis feeds it to the far goal line. Grizzlies get a stick in the way. Great defensive play by Kyle Mayhew. Aliardi gets up top, and nobody was home in the right point. as we got 46 seconds left in the second period and 55 seconds left in the Rush power play. Their first of the game. Rush skate in down the middle. Aliardi will bounce it off of Berg and chase after it in the far corner. Aliardi around Utah's net towards the near side, gets it to Davis. Davis skates towards Aliardi and chips it towards him in the near corner. Aliardi feeds it up top. Now back to Aliardi, left side. He'll move it to the right side, now up top to Taylor. Taylor on the power play unit in his first pro game to Yamamoto. Back to the far circle, one-timer, and Bennett swings and misses. Bennett gets it back, 15 seconds left in the period. Over to Taylor, make that Yamamoto, who bounced it off the referees. The puck's in the far corner, 2-on-2 as Penner gets pushed by Yamamoto. Aliardi around Utah's net, gets pushed by Penner. The puck goes back over. Right side, right wing lefty shot, saved by Cranley right at the buzzer. And that'll do it for 2 periods over at the Monument. As both teams scored 1 goal in the first, and both have 1 in the second. Dylan Fitz scored a first period goal for Utah as the Grizz had a 1-0 lead halfway through the first period. Mark Duarte answered with a late first period goal. Brett Stapley gave Utah a 2-1 lead about halfway through the second period. Actually, I think it was about 5 minutes in, if I remember right. Rapid City's Mark Duarte tied it up, and that's where we stand now. Grizzlies 0 for 1 on the power play, and Rapid City still has 12 seconds left in their first power play of the game. Grizzlies have a 31-21 shot advantage over the Rush, including 20 shots in the second period. We'll come back and recap the first 2 frames statistically, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. And we got an ode to Grizzlies legend Jarrett Lee. That's coming up next, as once again the score after 2 periods, it's the Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 2. We're back in 2 minutes as it's the second intermission coverage. A lot of 2s rolling around here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Second intermission over at the Monument. We're tied at 2. Rapid City will be on the power play for the first 12 seconds of the third period. I'm Tyson Whiting, hanging out in a dark and empty Maverick Center. There's going to be women's gymnastics. The Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics Championships will be here tomorrow. I think there's going to be 2 sessions, one at 1 o'clock and a second section at 5:30. So that should be fun. If you get a ticket, you get in for both sessions. As Nugget looking at center ice, they got a toilet on top of a podium at center ice. And I guess if you get your chuck-a-puck in the toilet, you win the grand prize. And it appears that nobody won as Nugget looked into the toilet, and nobody comes away a happy winner over at the Monument, as chuck-a-puck kind of is unique over in the Rapid City area. From what we gather, there hasn't been a single penalty committed by the Rapid City fans in throwing chuck-a-pucks on the ice, which you remember The last couple times the Grizzlies have been in Idaho, the Grizzlies have gotten a power play due to fans throwing chucka pucks on the ice. Well, speaking of Idaho, we're doing a little bit of scoreboard watching on a couple other Mountain Division games. Utah is in fourth place in the Mountain Division. They're 2 points behind Tulsa for third place, and Utah is 4 points ahead of Allen, as Utah is in fourth place with 59 points, and Allen is in fifth place with 57 points. Check that, 57 standings points, as Allen comes away with a 6-4 victory over Kansas City, as the Americans looked like they got a balanced attack. Goals from 6 different players. Looks like Jordan Ty Fournier and Blake Murray, as well as James Hardy, each had 1 goal and 1 assist. So looks like a very balanced attack by Allen and a workmanlike effort, as shots were pretty close to even. Both teams had 1 power play goal, but it's the Americans that win the 5-on-5 battle, as they come away with a 6-4 victory. And so that means that Allen is now 2 points behind Utah for fourth place in the Mountain Division. And the Grizzlies, obviously, with a victory, can regain that 4-point lead over Allen for fourth place. So in terms of scoreboard watching, Grizzlies fans were rooting for Kansas City tonight, but it's Allen that comes away with a 6-4 victory. Late second period, Tulsa leads Idaho 2-1. As we mentioned before, Tulsa is 2 points ahead of Utah for third place. Tulsa had a 1-0 lead after one period. It's McLaughlin who has both of Tulsa's goals. He gets goals 8 and 9 on the season. The second one was unassisted, 11:53 into the second. Francesco Arcuri got Idaho on the board 13:37 into the second period, with Patrick Kudla and Ty Pelton Bice getting the assists. Utah will have 5 games against Idaho left in the regular season. The Grizzlies are done playing Tulsa in the regular year. But late in the second period, it's the Oilers that have a 2-1 lead over Idaho. That game played at Idaho Central Arena. It's the second of a 3-game series. Idaho won 3-2 in overtime on Wednesday. Other action in the league, Iowa holds on to defeat Wichita 2-1. As Wichita, Dylan Boucher scored a goal, but Novak scored 16:25 into the third period for Iowa, as the Heartlanders come away with a 2-1 victory over the Wichita Thunder. Florida shuts out Savannah 4-0. Trois-Rivières gets a 3-1 victory over Atlanta. It was also a 3-1 final, as Toledo gets an empty netter at the end, and they defeat Fort Wayne 3-1. Maine over Newfoundland 4-3. It was also a 4-3 final, as Kalamazoo defeated Wheeling. In overtime, Orlando gets a 3-2 win over South Carolina. Worcester defeats Reading 7-3. Greenville over Jacksonville 5-4. Indy defeats Cincinnati 5-2. And Adirondack gets a 5-4 victory over Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals. Keaton Jamison, the former Grizzly, has been red hot offensively, and he scored a goal for the Admirals in the 1-goal regulation loss. We'll come back and go over some NHL scores. We'll also talk about the legend of Jarrett Lee. As we're tied at 2 after 2 periods, Grizzlies have goals from Dylan Fitz and Brett Stapley. And for Rapid City, Mark Duarte has both of their goals. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Second intermission over at the Monument. We're tied at 2 between the Grizzlies and the Rush. Utah's NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, have a 3-1 lead over Columbus. That game in the second intermission. As Kel McCarr Rantanen and Colton have the Avalanche goals, as Colorado, with a record of 44-20-5, they have outshot Columbus 37-12, and Colorado has a 3-1 lead after 2 periods. 2 games have gone final in the NHL. Dallas defeats Pittsburgh 4-2 in a shootout. Washington defeats Carolina 7-6. Sonny Milano had 3 goals for the Capitals. Sebastian Aho also had 3 goals. He's with the Carolina. Dylan Strome has 3 assists for Washington, and Alex Ovechkin had 1 goal and 1 assist. Final score: Washington 7, Carolina 6 in a shootout. One other game in progress: Seattle and Arizona are scoreless over at the massive Mullet Arena. The NCAA basketball tournament looks like at halftime, James Madison leads Wisconsin 33-20, and also at the half, Houston has a huge lead, 43-16 over Longwood. One other game in progress: TCU leads Utah State 18-10. That game about 7 minutes into the first half, as Utah State is 27-6 on the year. And obviously in the NCAA tournament, every time you hit the floor, your season is on the line, as TCU leads Utah State 18-12, as there's 13 minutes left in the first half. Well, if you saw the transaction wire yesterday, you might be a little bit confused, as looked like the Grizzlies made a couple trades involving the same player. To complete the Jordan Martell trade, the Grizzlies, remember, picked up Quinn Wickers, and they also got future considerations in the deal. The Grizzlies cashed in the future considerations and picked up forward Jarrett Lee. Well, Lee was then shipped to Cincinnati to complete the future considerations in the Adam Berg trade. So Jarrett Lee, we're going to call him a Grizzlies legend. I mean, we're not sure what number he was going to wear with the Grizzlies. He was a member of the Utah Grizzlies family for all of, I'm guessing, 2 minutes, as he was traded from Wheeling to Utah and then immediately shipped to Cincinnati to complete the Adam Berg trade, as Berg was acquired by the Grizzlies for future considerations, and Cincinnati cashed in on them and got Grizzlies legend Jarrett Lee. Now, Lee had been playing with the Wheeling Nailers, and remember, he played against the Grizzlies last month. He was a big forward and is a big forward, or at least I thought he was. He's listed at 5'10", 172 pounds. In 47 games with Wheeling this year, Lee had 3 goals and 12 assists. He played last season at the University of St. Thomas, where he was a teammate with current Grizzlies forward Luke Manning. So Lee, I guess the old saying is, we hardly knew Lee, as he was involved in 2 separate trades. It's almost like he gets a call. With the Wheeling coach probably calls him up, Derek Arming's like, "You've been traded to Utah," and then calls him back 2 minutes later, "Check that, you've been traded to Cincinnati from Utah." So Jarrett Lee involved in 2 separate trades yesterday, from Wheeling to Utah, and then Utah to Cincinnati to complete future consideration deals. So Jarrett Lee is now a member of the Cincinnati Cyclones, and for Adam Berg, he's really fit in with that Brett Stapley and Brandon Cutler line. It feels like, to kind of complement those two, you need a guy that's going to play hard each and every shift, a guy that's going to go win those battles along the boards, a guy that's going to do all the little things, and Adam Berg has certainly been that guy. He has 9 goals in the Grizzlies uniform, 10 overall this year, as he had 1 goal with Cincinnati before being traded to the Grizzlies. Berg, 6'1", 190 pounds. He's been an Instagram model. He's been an Instagram influencer. He's really done everything for the Grizzlies. He's been a TikTok star. What can you say? Adam Berg has certainly been the complete package for the Grizzlies. And if you're really talking about that forward line that looked impressive through 2 periods, it's been the Berg, Stapley, and Cutler line. And you talk about the consistent forces for the Grizzlies. Normally, as of late, it's been Stapley to Cutler to the back of the net, as Brett Stapley has assisted in each of Brandon Cutler's last 7 goals, and Cutler returned the favor, getting it to Stapley out in front of the net, and Stapley putting it away for his 21st of the season. You talk about Brett Stapley scoring about 2 points a game over his last 10 contests. He has 18 points in his last 9 games. Coming into play tonight, obviously, he's got 1 point with the second period goal. And for Brett Stapley, he is now tied for sixth in the league with 64 points. And obviously we don't know, what the other guy that has 64 points, what he has done here tonight. But, Stapley could be as high as fifth in the league in terms of points at the end of this one. He's tied for fifth in the league with 44 assists. Oddly enough, he doesn't have an assist through 2 periods, but Stapley now has a point in 4 straight games, and Brandon Cutler also extended his point streak to 4 games with the second period assist to Stapley. And Dylan Fitz, we talked about over the last month, we really remember that road trip. Remember that road trip in late February that started with the Dylan Fitz hat trick and ended with a 2-goal Dylan Fitz performance. What can you say? Now has 11 goals in his last 13 games, with this being the 13th game. Well, it looks like it's going to be a close one. And the Grizzlies, they've won the close games at home. They're 7-1-2 in 1-goal games at home. On the road in 1-goal games, the Grizzlies are 4-7-1 overall in 1-goal games. I know we're throwing way too many numbers at you. The Grizzlies are 11-8-3 in 1-goal games this season. Looks like it's going to come right down to the wire as Grizzlies take on the Rush. And really, you got to tip your hat to Rapid City. They played the Grizzlies tough. I know Utah does have a 4-1-1 record against Rapid City this season, as Utah swept Rapid City in a 3-game set in late January, capped off by that fantastic comeback. Utah was trailing 2-0 halfway through the third period, and then the Grizz scored 4 goals in about a 10-minute stretch. Up until this past Saturday, that was the best third period comeback the Grizzlies had all season. Remember, in the Grizzlies' last homestand, Rapid City, a couple weeks ago, really played the Grizzlies tough. Utah ended up with a 1-1 record against Rapid City. The first 2 games in that set ended in overtime. It looks like we haven't seen Logan Nelson tonight, as he's a scratch from the Rapid City lineup. He scored the game winner on March 8th as Rapid City won 3-2. Remember, the Grizzlies came back from a 4-2 deficit, scored 2 third-period goals, and then Alex Bocage got the game winner, and it was really the Alex Bocage night with 2 goals and 3 assists. And then in the series finale on Monday, March 11th, it was Rapid City winning 5-1. We'll see what happens over in the third period. Remember, Rapid City is going to be on the power play for the first 12 seconds of the third period. We'll come back and have third period action as the Grizzlies and the Rush are tied at 2. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
We're tied at 2 heading into the third period. Rush goaltender Matt Radomski's been solid as he has saved 29 of 31. Radomski's in his first season as a pro. Last year played at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. He's been busy. Grizzlies had 11 shots in the first period and 20 in the second, including quite a few grade A chances. Kyle Mayhew and Brandon Cutler each have 5 shots. Stapley, Fitz, and Wesley each have 4 shots on goal. Alex Bocage has 3 shots. He's averaging about 5 shots per game in his time with the Grizzlies. As for Rapid City, Brett Gravel and Blake Bennett each have 5 shots. Will Rydell, the talented defenseman for Rapid City, has 4 shots on goal. If you joined us late, Jarrett Fisk got the start in net for the Grizzlies, making his professional debut, and he played the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds before sustaining an injury. We're not sure. We haven't gotten any updates. We're not really sure, but we did see that he was assisted off the ice. He was skating, but it looked like Conley was helping him off the ice. That was a few minutes after he sustained the injury. We didn't get to see the injury live. And Will Cranley replaced him, and he has saved 19 of 21 over the last 37 minutes and 47 seconds. Grizzlies will have Brett Stapley out on the ice to take the face-off to start the third period. Brett Davis will take the draw for Rapid City as the Rush are on the power play for the first 12 seconds of the second period. As Dylan Fitz is in the box, as he is completing his slashing minor that he committed 18-12 into the second period. So 20 minutes are put on the scoreboard as we're watching on Flow Sports. And the Grizzlies are skating from right to left as Rapid City wins the draw. Rapid City skating from left to right as Tyson Helgeson gets it across to Constantinu. Diagonal pass to the left doesn't connect as it ricochets off the boards. Cranley behind his net will slice it all the way back towards Matt Radomski. And looks like icing is waved off as the puck glides along the far side. Wesley skates after it. He's over in the near corner deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll push it across. Mayhew behind his net. Will bounce it off a rush skate. Now left side. Lefty shot goes wide. Wesley gallops after it near side. He gets the puck and pushes ahead to Stapley at center ice. Stapley left wing will drive it in as Radomski couldn't cut it off. Stapley fires towards the net. On a tough angle, it goes wide as Berg in the near corner gets pushed by Davis and rolls it to the far side. It's taken by Rapid City as the Rush spread the ice. It gets new tries to cross center, getting around Cutler as Rush enter the zone, but everybody stopped skating as the Eagle Eye linesman says that Rapid City was offside 55 seconds into the third period. The referee tonight is Tyler Haskell. The linesmen are Zach Carson and Riley Hickey. As a draw near the Grizzlies bench, Utah wearing a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim. Rapid City in a red jersey with white numbers, black trim, white lettering in the back with the black trim on the letters. As Utah wins the draw, Wickers gets it ahead. As left wing, Bocage chips it is right for Manning, who steps over the line. He gets hit in the high slot, but keeps his balance and throws it to the near corner. Bocage delivers a hit. Manning still looking for his first pro goal. It's his fourth pro game. He gets held up along the near boards. Puck squirts towards Bocage. Slot. Righty shot is blocked away by Hoffman. Puck stays in the zone. Right point. Righty shot is blocked away by Hoffman again. As Gravel, near side, gets it out to center ice. It goes past Riley St. Ange, no relation to Benjamin St. Ange, who played against the Utah Outliers and Ogden Mustangs for a few years, a member of Pueblo. As Wickers throws it behind his net for Stucker. It gets it back to Wickers, who's making his return trip to Rapid City. He was a member of the Rush the last 2 years. He gets it to Stucker as Wickers is at the end of his shift. As we're about 2 minutes into the third period. As Stucker surveys, now he skates towards neutral ice. He gets to neutral ice and dumps it in. As Stucker got blasted near the Grizzlies bench, and icing is on Utah as Stucker dumped it in from Grizzlies territory. So draw comes back towards Will Cranley, exactly 2 minutes into the third period. It's the first of a 3-game set. Make sure to join us tomorrow night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. Sunday will be a 4:05 start. Penner will take the draw against Parker Bowman. Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, hasn't missed a game since the start of the 2021-22 season. Rapid City fires to the near corner. Aragon will push it ahead. Fitz chasing after it. He couldn't quite reach it. Helgeson tosses across. It's taken by Penner. Right side, he centers it out front to Aragon. Pass goes wide of the mark as Aragon was hit on the back check. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Fitz will move it back to the Grizzlies zone. Utah will shuffle back over there as Grizzlies trying to reach it. It goes to Fitz at center ice. He'll dump it in. Penner chases after it, but it goes to Tyson Helgeson, who skates around his own net. Helgeson now on the far side will direct it ahead towards the high slot. It bounced off a Grizzly. Utah will push it from blue line to blue line, where Rapid City gets it back. Constantinu dangles. Now he moves it across. Long-range pass to the right connects. As Rush gets to center ice, Davis dumps it in. Wesley behind his net towards the far side. He is being chased from behind by Coella. As the puck wobbles out to center ice, Rush skate back in. Aliardi veers off to the right. He's now on the right point, drops it for Taylor. Now across the left side, Rydell, left wing, lefty shot is blocked away as it goes out of play off the protective netting. As there's 16:54 left in the third, it's the Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 2. So Drowski in the Grizzlies zone. Utah began the season 0-11 on the road. Since then, they are 9-10-1 over their last 20 road games. Rapid City, oddly enough, has been a better road team this season. They're 8-18-1 on the at home. On the road, they're about a 500 club. Rush won the draw. Utah quickly takes it away. 2-on-1. Grizzlies get to the right side. Gallant will take a shot. Saved by Radomski. And then Gallant from behind the net trying to chip it out in front. And it's cut off by Radomski, who makes a stop and holds on with 16:42 left in the third. Boy, 2-on-1, and Gallant used his great speed. He skated towards the far circle with ease It just fired away, but Matt Radomski, the Rapid City goaltender, who's been busy, but he's played a pretty good game, stopping 30 of 32. Draws game in the far side. Stapley will take it as he stares down Brett Davis. Davis has taken a lot of the big face-offs for Rapid City tonight. Draw this time won by Rapid City over to their far corner. As Rydell pushes ahead. Grizzlies keep it in and kick it back in deep. Cutler throws to Stapley. Right side. Shot to score! Brett Stapley gets his second of the night and 22nd of the season. And the Grizzlies have taken a 3-2 lead. Well, it's unbelievable what Brett Stapley's been able to do as of late. 20 points in a 10-game stretch. He scores 2 goals, one in the second period, and now he has the deciding goal as Utah leads 3-2. 16:33 left in the third, and boy, Brett Stapley has just been unbelievable for the Grizzlies. He has been every bit to the Grizzlies this year what Dastu and Tardif was to the Grizzlies 2 years ago in the division championship run. As puck deep in the Grizzlies zone, as Utah's now up 3-2, as Brett Stapley with his second of the game and 22nd of the year. It's Stapley's 17th multiple-point game this season. Rush skate around Utah's net. They chip it up top, but nobody was home in the high slot, as Zach Hoffman will have to chase it down. As he'll get it off the end boards. Hoffman with a long-range pass near side that bounced off a Rush stick. Grizzlies looking for some insurance 4 minutes into the third period as Brett Stapley has 2 tonight. Manning lets it go towards center ice. Bocage couldn't reach it. As the rush, Duarte, who's got 2 goals tonight, will skate along the left wing. He steps over the line. Far circle up righty. Shot goes wide. Cranley might have gotten a piece of it. Duarte trying to filter it out in front. As he was looking for Janelle, Utah took it away. Puck at the Utah blue line. Rush will push it back in. Duarte strong with the puck, knocks down Stucker. He centers it out to Gravel. It's pushed to the far boards by Wickers. Grizzlies far high into the air. Now right wing towards Duarte. He enters. He'll chip it out in front. Centering pass. Shot saved by Cranley as Rapid City ran into Cranley. No call. As Duarte right side trying to get to the corner. Fitz took it away and he'll bank it off the near boards. Right point Constantino with a shot. And it looked like it bounced off Duarte. Up ahead to Fitz. Right side. Righty shot. Kick saved by Radomski. Rapid City will bounce it off the near boards. Grizzlies back at their blue line trying to get to Wickers. Rush took it away as Gravel skates towards the right circle. Feathers it across as St. Ange overskates it. Now St. Ange will push it to the near side. Constantino gets it, and he's in the near corner. He danced around. Now he'll skate back towards the right circle, towards his left. Righty shot, saved by Cranley. Rush skate around the net. Davis loses it as Grizzlies will drag it out to neutralize. Penner across the center, and he'll skip it towards the near corner. As Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the third period. As Grizzlies get it ahead, as Dennison fires towards the net, it goes wide. Dennison in his pro debut. He just signed on Wednesday. The rookie out of Merrimack. Messner, his college teammate, holds up a rush skater and Taylor in his pro debut as Taylor. As Messner's played in every game this season. Penner and Davis push each other. Penner comes out of the pile with the puck. He'll toss to Dennison, left point. Now across to Corbett, sporting a beard. Back to the left for Dennison. Dennison throws it back to the high slot as it goes to Corbett, who dances around to the left side. Now back to Dennison. Dennison along the near board, skates towards the corner. Now he feeds it to Aragon. Now back up top to Penner. Across to Corbett. One-timer goes wide. Corbett, the former Kalamazoo wing, will skate back to neutralize as Constantino has the puck. He crosses center ice. He'll fire it in. Cranley stays in net. It's Rapid City. Near side. Bennett will flub it around Utah's net. It's taken by Penner. Penner chips to the far side for Burke. Puck goes to the left point. Rapid City fires towards the net. It goes wide. Near side, Grizzlies will loft it out the center as the puck bounces to Zach Hoffman, who pushes ahead. As Rush regained the line, right side. Aliardi will tap it off of Burke. It goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Dennison avoids a Rapid City check. Rush get it up top, right point. Hoffman, righty shot goes wide as just too many bodies out in front of the net. Rush try to push it towards the net. It goes behind it as Will Rydell gets it across. The puck skips towards Parker Bowman in the right side. He gets up top to Hoffman, who spins it back around the wall. Rush behind Utah's net. Good poke check by the Grizz. Utah rolls to the far side, left point. As Rush kick it across to Hoffman. Hoffman moves to his left. Yamamoto, right side. Shot is blocked by Corbett. Corbett ahead to the near side for Cutler. Make that Burke. Burke crosses center ice, and he'll sky it in as the Grizzlies make a full line change. As there's 12:40 left in the third. Brett Stapley has 2 goals. His third period goal was assisted by Brandon Cutler and Josh Wesley, 3:27 in. as Cutler has 2 assists tonight, both of them on Stapley goals. Mayhew ahead to Cutler left side. He stops to the point, throws to the middle for Stapley on hat trick watch. Stapley skates in, righty shot, saved by Radomski. Radomski goes down as Stapley got pushed into the back onto Radomski. Radomski back to his feet. Coella gets it across to Yamamoto. Right wing pass connects to Duarte. Duarte with 2 goals tonight. Right side gets back checked by Mayhew. Duarte strong with the puck, fires towards the net, and it's poked away by Wesley. As Gravel, left point, stops just outside the circle. Now he dances around as he's being shadowed by Stapley. As Gravel loses it, he gets it back at center ice. Rapid City has to reset. Gravel enters from the right side. He veers off to the left. He'll take a lefty shot. This blocked by Wesley. Gravel gets it back. Shot saved by Cranley. Grizzlies get it out to Cutler, who lifts it out to center. Puck is taken by Bocage, who dumps it in. Bocage chasing after it. Constantino gets it behind his net. He'll move it towards Helgeson near side. Helgeson will skip it ahead, backhand style. Rush, toss to neutralize. Grizzlies throw it back into Rush territory. Rapid City crosses center ice. Constantino steps over the line. Right wing, righty shot is blocked away by Cranley. As the Rush along the far side, trailing 3-2. They get hit. Grizzlies Bocage gets the center ice. He'll push it to his left for Manning. Manning over the line, dumps into the near corner. Bocage after it. Wicker skates over there. He gets spun around as Rapid City gets the puck. Left wing pass connects. Now ahead for Aliardi. Aliardi's going to break away. Backhand shot and scores. Alex Aliardi just went backhand past Cranley. And with 11:05 left in the third period, we're tied at 3. Alex Aliardi gets his 24th of the year. He just slid at 5-hole past Will Cranley. As Aliardi, sporting a beard, gets a hug from Brett Davis. As the Rush have tied it up at 3. So both teams have 1 goal in each of the 3 periods. We had 2 games past regulation in the recent series at Maverick Center. And we're tied at 3 with 11:05 left in the third. As a draw won by Rapid City, they're skating from left to right. Mark Duarte has 2 goals, and Alex Aliardi with his 24th of the year tying it up with Blake Bennett and Brett Davis getting the assist. Grizzlies on the right side. They center it out in front. Utah's dragged down, and they score! Well, they look like they did. No, they don't score. Right side, Fitz fires towards the net, and it gets poked away. A penalty is going to be called, though, as Aragon was skating towards the net. He got dragged down. 10:44 left in the third, and we're tied at 3, but it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be on a power play when we come back. As it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. It looks like Utah's going to be on a power play, we believe, with 10:44 left in the third. Both teams have a goal in each of the 3 periods. Dylan Fitz had a first period goal for Utah. Brett Stapley with 2 goals. Stapley scored 4:55 into the second and 3:27 into the third. When he scored early in the third period, it gave Utah a 3-2 lead, but Alex Aliardi got behind Utah's defense and scored on a backhand shot 5-hole through Cranley. 8:55 in with Bennett and Davis getting the assists. So we're not sure who's in the box for Rapid City. It's Zach Hoffman, according to the ECHL app. He got 2 minutes for hooking, 9:16 into the third. It's Grizzlies' second power play of the game. Both teams are 0 for 1 officially on the man advantage. Watch out for Brandon Cutler as he takes a draw, staring down Brett Davis. And also watch out for Brett Stapley, who's on hat trick watch. He has 2 goals tonight for the Grizz. Rapid City wins the draw. Far corner, they'll slice it all the way towards Will Cranley, as Cranley will get it and drop it behind his net for Mayhew. He's got 15 power play assists this year. Mayhew to neutralize. He'll feed it back to Cutler, who moves to his right for Bocage, who steps over the line, trying to get to Stapley. Rapid City gathers it and clears it back out. Mayhew chases after it far side. He gets the puck, and he'll skate down the middle. as Mayhew gets the new tries. He crossed the center red line right wing. He flips it back to Bocage, who fakes it to Cutler. Bocage enters right side over to Stapley, back to Bocage, who rolls it along the boards. Fits to the left point with an A on his sweater, gets pushed out to new tries as he gets pushed pretty hard by Jake Stella in his pro debut. Puck goes back to Cranley, who chips to Mayhew far side. As Grizzlies at new tries, get it to Cutler, over to Fitz, left point. Fitz fanned on clearing it, moving it across. Puck goes back to new tries. Fitz continues to battle with Constantino, who crosses center ice with the puck. Constantino dumps it in, and he ricochets it off the backboards. Cranley gets it towards Mayhew, who's behind Utah's net. 45 seconds left in the power play. We're tied at 3, 9.5 left in the third period. Grizzlies over the line. Stapley over to Cutler, across to Burke, left side. He tried to push it across. Pass goes wide as he was looking for either Matt Manning or Stapley. Burke gets dragged down along the near side as Utah gets up top to Wesley. High slot. He fakes a shot and gets it towards Stapley. Now to Messner. He'll take a shot. He scores! Stapley to Messner to the back of the net as Mick gets his 14th of the year, and the Grizzlies on the power play have taken a 4-3 lead. Well, it looks like Wesley and Stapley are going to get the assists. As interesting, Utah just took a lead, and they show Parker Bowman throwing Robbie Stucker into the boards. And there's an irrelevant replay. As the Grizzlies get a power play goal with 9:06 left in the third. Stapley gets his third point of the night. He now has 2 goals and 1 assist. And Mick Messner gets his 14th of the year. Messner was just reunited with Liam Dennison, as those guys were teammates at Merrimack. And the draw at center ice is won by the Grizzlies. It's Utah 4, Rapid City 3. Aragon at new tries, gets crosses center, and Penner will push it in as the rush rolled along the boards towards the near side. As Grizzlies looking for some third period insurance. Wickers over to Berg, who feeds it to the near goal line for Penner, who throws it behind his back deep in the rush zone as the puck slices towards the far corner along the wall as the puck is up top. Right side, Grizzlies skate towards their left. Now he's stopping the point. Berg rolls it along the wall. As now Penner, right side, chips it towards Aragon. Aragon skates towards the right point. He'll move it across to Wickers. Wickers gets it back up top for Aragon, who skates in. Lefty shot, saved by Radomski. Aragon gets it back. He stops behind Rapid City's net and filters it towards the far corner for Berg, who gets it up top. Stucker over to Wickers, left side. Wickers dances around, dangles. Now he throws it to the far circle. Grizzlies lefty shot taken by Berg is blocked by Davis. Berg gets it back. He skates around Rapid City's net towards the near side. Berg strong with the puck, takes a shot, saved by Radomski. Rapid City throws it towards the far boards and chases after it. As the rush spread the ice, they're in control of the puck as both teams will reshuffle the deck. About 8 minutes left in regulation. Rapid City long-range pass as it gets redirected at center ice. Cranley behind his net. We'll move it to the near side. Wickers gets pushed, but gets it ahead to Bocage. It tapped off of his skate. Rapid City lose the puck as Grizzlies carry it out to center. Utah crosses center and chips it in. Does Cole Gallant with outstanding speed. Gallant closes the gap, but Hoffman pushes him down. Rush cross center ice. They step over the line near side. Gravel gets it across. Corbett gets hit pretty hard by St. Ange. Left side, rush with a shot that's blocked about 15 feet in front of Cranley. Bocage dances around the near circle. Now he's down the middle. Now he skates towards the far corner deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll get it across to Corbett, who outlets it to the center ice. And it looks like the pass didn't connect. Constantino chases after it. He gets it deep in the rush zone. Less than 7 minutes left in regulation. Long-range pass taps off a stick. Grizzlies, right side. Berg chasing after it. Hoffman in the area. Berg and Hoffman collide softly. Far corner. Puck glides along the near side. Back to center ice. Mayhew, left wings at the Cutler, who's got 2 assists tonight. As the rush, get it out to center. One-time tap at center ice. Cranley 10 feet in front of his crease while outlet at left wing. It goes past Cutler, and it looks like it's going to be no icing on the play as Constantino plays it. He'll move it to the far side as the rush. Get to center ice, and they'll throw it ahead. Yamamoto dumps it, as looks like Rapid City might be called for offside as play is stopped with 6:23 left in the third. So Messner got the power play goal, 10:54 in. Stapley and Wesley with the assist. And so for Brett Stapley, He now has 2 goals and 1 assist. He's a +2. He leads the Grizzlies with 6 shots, and what can you say? Brett Stapley has done absolutely everything for the Grizzlies here recently. It's just been the Brett Stapley show for the Grizzlies lately. So Mick Messner with the power play goal, 10:54 in, with Stapley and Wesley getting the assist. Utah is now 1 for 2 on the power play. Rapid City is 0 for 1. Grizzlies are getting a lot of good chances. Bradomski's actually played a good game for Rapid City as he has saved 35 of 39. Grizzlies have 8 shots here so far in the third period and 39 for the contest. If you joined us late, Jarrett Fisk made his professional debut in net. He played the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds, but was replaced due to injury. We didn't get to see what the injury was, and unfortunately, that's one of the downfalls of not being there. Will Cranley replaced him, and he has stopped 23 of 26. If we get an update on the condition of Jarrett Fisk, we'll pass it along. Draws at neutralized after the rush were called for offside with 6:23 left in the third. As Brett Davis will take the draw against Brett Stapley. As Davis wins the draw, as rusher trying to enter the zone, Mayhew took it away. Now Davis throws it towards the middle. Utah pushes back to center ice. Burr chasing after it, but the Rush have it in their own zone, skating from left to right. There's 6:05 left in the third. As Rapid City steers it out to Davis, who pushed it back into his own zone. Rush go D to Constantinu, who outlets it to center ice. Davis steps over the line, drops for Bennett in the right point. Bennett will throw it to the far corner for Aliardi, who already has a goal tonight. He scored in the third period up top as it's fumbled away by Taylor. Puck went back to neutral ice. Taylor trying to carry it back in. At Rapid City's call for offside with 5:47 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Rush 3. I believe there's a timeout on the ice. We'll be back in 1 minute. We'll find out how this one ends together as the Grizzlies are nursing a 1-goal lead over the Rapid City Rush. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Rush 3. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Now the Brett Stapley show continues as Utah leads 4-3. Stapley with the main assist on the Mick Messner power play goal, 10:54 into the third, and Stapley obviously has 2 goals tonight. Dylan Fitz scored in the first period. Mick Messner has the deciding goal here, 10:54 into the third. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies' zone far circle. Rapid City wins the draw. It's 4-3 Utah. Down the middle to Bennett. He takes a shot that's blocked by Wickers. Wickers holding his side. It looks like he's hurt a little bit. High slot lefty shot is kicked away by Cranley. Wickers looked like he blocked the shot cleanly, and he'll be limping towards the bench. As the puck goes back to center ice, Wickers will skate into the Grizzlies bench as calmly the Grizzlies trainer will look after him. As the whistle blew at center ice, as the puck ended up exiting the Grizzlies zone, we're not really sure why the puck looked like it stayed in play. Fitz kind of arguing his case, but he'll skate towards the bench as Utah leads 4-3. Grizz have outshot the Rush 39-27. And since the first period, it's been a 28-17 edge for the Grizzlies in the shot count. Messner will take the draw against Brett Davis. Davis has taken a ton of Rapid City's faceoffs tonight. Utah wins it. Messner near his college teammate, Liam Dennison. Dennison clears it back to center. Rush push it back into Grizzlies territory as right wing, Aliardi flings it in as it ricochets off the end boards. Corbett head to center ice. If you joined us late, Cody Corbett was re-signed by the Grizzlies for the 3rd time this year. He's making his 5th appearance. Rush from center ice, dump it in. Cranley gets it to Corbett, who's sporting a beard. He's behind his net. He's played in about 300 pro games. Over to the near side for Burke, who taps it off a skate as Bennett pushes across left side. Pass doesn't connect as it ricochets off of Brett Gravel's stick. Less than 5 minutes left in the third. It's 4-3 Grizzlies. As Utah steps over the line, left side, Bocage feeds it to the corner and chases after it. Actually, Bocage will come off the ice. Berg over there with Muzica near corner. Rapid City will brush it back towards the near wall. Mayhew battles with Duarte, who has 2 goals for Rapid City. Mayhew feeds to the near goal line for Berg. Centers at the Cutler. Take a shot. He scores! Brandon Cutler gets his 31st of the year, and the Grizzlies have extended the lead. It's now a 5-3 game. Boy, it's been the Brandon Cutler and Brett Stapley show. As Cutler gets a goal, he's already got a couple assists tonight. Berg was over on the near side, centered to Cutler, and Cutler with a beautiful goal as he went 5-hole under Radomski. So just like that, 2 unanswered by the Grizzlies here in the third, and it's now a 5-3 game. But what can you say about this Grizzlies offense, and what can you say about that top forward line? Berg, Stapley, and Cutler have been the constants for the Grizzlies. As Cutler joined the 30-goal club on Monday, he gets his 31st of the season, and he's just been outstanding for the Grizz over the last month. Rapid City wins the draw. They skate from left to right. It's Utah 5, Rapid City 3. As Rush get it ahead towards the Grizzlies zone. Cranley behind his net will push it to the near side for Mayhew. Now ahead to Manning, who loses it as the puck bounced off of Manning's skate and flies towards Bocage near side. Bocage will direct it out to neutralize for Manning. As Manning gets it ahead, Berg and Mayhew got the assist in the Cutler goal. Grizzlies near side, get it towards Bocage. Left side shot saved by Radomski. Rapid City will throw it back deeper in their own end as they spread the ice. 3:45 and counting left in the third as it's 5-3 Grizzlies. As ahead to Grizzlies territory, bounces at the Utah line. It's taken by Fitz, who's the Optum first goal of the game scorer here tonight. They'll throw it towards the bench area, far side. Grizzlies trying to push it back to Fitz. It's taken by Constantine, who skates down Broadway. Gets now Aliardi right side, who skates around Utah's net. He feeds it out in front. Nobody home. Fitz will clear it back to center. As it's taken by Zach Taylor in his pro debut. Taylor, number 22, gets to Grizzlies territory. He'll dump it in just outside the line. As Grizzlies flub it towards Fitz, it goes back to the far corner as Grizzlies saucer it off the near wall. Aragon steps in left side, stops at the point, and rolls along the wall. Penner, far corner over with Fitz. Fitz strong with the puck. He's in the right point, trying to get it back to the corner he vacated. The only guy there was a Rush skater. They'll move it across to Taylor. Now ahead is Rush. Will carry it out to center ice. Gravel with great speed steps over the line. Right side, lefty shot. Is kicked away by Cranley in the butterfly position. Behind Utah's net, Cranley looks over his left shoulder. 2-on-2 battle. Mark Duarte, who's got 2 goals tonight, battles with Stucker. Goes back to Duarte. Far side, back to the spot that Duarte vacated. Now it's a 2-on-1 battle as the puck gets shoveled back to Duarte. Far side, he skates towards the left point, now towards his right. He'll drop it off as Rush. Left point, lefty shot goes wide. Now Hoffman, right side shot is blocked by Utah. Grizz toss it ahead. As Grizz cross center ice and lofted to the far corner. Messner gets pushed in the far corner as he gets divorced from the puck. As the puck ricochets, Rydell gets it, and he'll back in it to center ice where it's regathered by the Grizzlies. Time's on the Grizz side. 2 minutes left in the third. It's 5-3. Berg, near circle, stops in the corner, and he'll skate back towards a point. He feeds up top to Liam Dennison, number 22, who has a tap off a stick. Berg towards the middle, shuffles to his right for Corbett. Corbett drops it off as Bocage over to Berg. Berg over to Stapley. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Radomski. Boy, Stapley had a chance with a hat trick. Radomski robbed him. As looks like the puck is dead. And looks like a bit of a confrontation in front of Radomski. As Stapley looked up to the heavens as he knew he had a great chance at the hat trick. As they were able to get him a pass about 5 feet in front of the crease. And Stapley was robbed by Matt Radomski. Looks like Muzica was pretty aggressive after the whistle. He's going to skate to the penalty box, and he can't believe it. Peter Muzica will skate towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Looks like there's going to be a Grizzly going to the box as well, and it's Brandon Cutler. Looks like Cutler gets 2 minutes for slashing, and we don't get the signal as to why Muzica's in the box as well. 1:37 is left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 5 and the Rush 3. Brett Stapley has 2 goals and 1 assist. Brandon Cutler has another multiple point game as Cutler has 1 goal and 2 assists and a +3 rating. Adam Berg a +3 tonight. In fact, that Stapley, Berg, and Cutler line each are a +3. Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew are each a +2 for the Grizz. Draws in the near circle as the fans are starting to file out of the monument. Stapley will take the draw, but it's won by Rapid City's Brett Davis, as Radomski will skate towards the bench, as I believe we're skating 4-on-4, and now 5-on-4 with Rapid City's net empty. Stapley shadowing Constantino, as Constantino skates around his empty net. As Constantino gets around Stapley out to center ice. Now he steps over the line down the middle. Now he'll lose the puck in the near circle. Stapley over to Wesley. Wesley skates around Cranley's net. 1:10 left in the third. Cranley slices towards the empty net. It's gloved by Duarte at the Rapid City line. He'll get to center ice as Aliardi steps over the line left side. He'll drop it off for Duarte, who feeds to the far circle. Couldn't be handled. Aliardi right side will push it. And actually, the puck stays along him. Wesley and Mayhew continue to battle. Berg and Stapley looking nearby. 48 seconds and counting left in the third. Rush get it up top to Bennett. Bennett right side slap shot is kicked away. As Wesley over in the far corner will clear it out to center. As Berg chasing after it. Rapid City towards center ice near side. Bennett feeds it across near his bench. Ricochets off the wall. 30 seconds left as Aliardi skates towards the line. Now backing out to Davis. As Davis sets center ice, and this baby's in the refrigerator. 22 seconds left. Rush get across to Bennett, who fires towards the net. It's kicked away by Cranley. 15 seconds left. Left side, Duarte. Righty shot is blocked away by a stick. As Bennett right side, lefty shot saved by Cranley. Rebound, everybody hacking away. Utah fires towards the empty net. 5 seconds left, and it looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. The shot was wide of the mark. I was wondering if that was Stapley. Couldn't quite tell. Stapley was looking for the hat trick, but the shot ended up going wide of the net. 3.4 seconds left in the third. That's going to be a Grizzlies victory in the series opener, as the scoreboard watching didn't necessarily go in Utah's favor, as Allen got a victory against Kansas City, and Tulsa after 2 periods had a lead against Idaho. But the Grizzlies took care of business tonight. Utah wins the draw. They fire towards the empty net, and couldn't tell if it went in or not, but it doesn't matter. Grizzlies win. Grizzlies went 5-3, and there was no doubt about it, as Brett Stapley scored 2 goals and 1 assist. Brandon Cutler had 1 goal and 2 assists. Josh Wesley had 2 assists, and the Grizzlies also got goals from Dylan Fitz and Mick Messner, who scored the game winner on the power play. 10:54 into the third. It was a very workmanlike effort for the Grizzlies, and it's a shame the Grizz aren't home, because we would have gotten cheeseburgers courtesy of Carl's Jr. But it doesn't matter, as the Grizzlies come away with the 2 standings points. And regardless of what happens to Allen and Tulsa tonight, the Grizzlies hold serve in the Mountain Division standings. Tulsa leads 3-1 late in the third period against Idaho, but it doesn't matter, as the Grizzlies took care of business tonight. It was a 3-3 tie halfway through the third period. Grizzlies didn't have many power plays. They only had 2 in the contest, and they made it count, as Mick Messner scored 10:54 into the third period, and he got his 14th of the year, and he got the game winner. And what about Brett Stapley? It's unbelievable. He now has 21 points over a 10-game stretch, averaging more than 2 points per game. Well, it's a good start of the series for the Grizzlies. They come away with a 5-3 win, and hopefully Jarrett Fisk, who is making his pro debut at Knights, okay, as he left due to an injury. 2:13 into the game, Will Cranley ends up getting the win. It's his 7th victory in a Utah uniform and 8th overall this season. He stopped 25 of 28. Well, now about wrap things up. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score from the Monument over in Rapid City. It's Utah Grizzlies 5 and the Rapid City Rush 3. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
That's a sweet victory for the Grizzlies indeed, as they are now 5-1-1 in 7 meetings against Rapid City this year. I'm Tyson Whiting. It was the first game for the Grizzlies at the Monument this season after playing 6 games against Rapid City over at the friendly confines at Maverik Center. Utah scored first tonight. They are now 21-3-2 when scoring first. They've won 21 of the 26 games where they scored first. Dylan Fitz was the Optum first goal of the game scorer, 11:29 in. He got his 19th of the year. They listed the assist as going to Aaron Aragon and Cody Corbett, even though I thought I saw Bocage deliver the pass from blue line to blue line over to Fitz. But I could be wrong, of course. We never did get to see a replay of the Fitz goal. As 11:29 into the first, Utah took a 1-0 lead. About 3 minutes later, it was Mark Duarte, and according to the Rapid City notes, that's how you say his name, even though a lot of people would say Duarte based on, people have similar spellings. Duarte got his 10th of the year, 14:38 in with Will Rydell and Zach Taylor getting the assist, and that's of note to Taylor as it's his first professional point. The score was tied at 1 after 1 period. Grizzlies outshot the Rush 11-9 in the first. There wasn't a single penalty that was called in the first period. Duarte got a hooking minor 57 seconds into the second period. Grizzlies were unsuccessful on the power play. But Utah did score to make it 2-1, 4:55 in as Brett Stapley got his first of 2 on the night. Brandon Cutler got the assists. It seems like it's been the other way around here recently with Cutler getting the goals, with Stapley picking up the assist, but this time it was Cutler to Stapley to the back of the net. And for Brett Stapley, for some reason there's a guy named Brandon Stapley I keep thinking about tonight, but for Brett Stapley, it's his 21st of the year. And for Brandon Cutler, his 23rd assist this season. Rapid City tied it up later in the second period as Duarte got his second of the game and 11th of the year, 12-10 in. It was a 5-on-5 goal. Riley St. Ange got his first professional point, and Billy Constantino got his 22nd assist of the season. The score was tied at 2 after 2 periods. Utah outshot Rapid City 20-12 as Rush goaltender Matt Radomski obviously didn't have the fate that he wanted at the end of the game, but through 2 periods, he had put together a pretty good effort. Grizzlies scored early in the third frame as Brett Stapley got his second of the night and 22nd of the season. Cutler and Wesley with the assists. So Cutler assisted in both of Brett Stapley's goals tonight, and for Josh Wesley, it was his first of 2 third-period assists. Rapid City tied it up later in the third period at 3 as Alex Aliardi got behind the Grizzlies defense and had a breakaway, just kind of faked to his right, went back to his left, and a backhand shot went low and through Cranley's 5-hole as Aliardi got his 24th of the season as he extended his point-scoring streak to 11 straight games. Blake Bennett and Brett Davis picked up the assists. Grizzlies got a power play, and Zach Hoffman got a hooking minor 9:16 into the third period. It was late in the power play, but Mick Messner connected for his 14th of the year. Brett Stapley picked up the main assist as he was in the right circle, just kind of nudged it ahead to Messner, and once Messner collected it, he was all alone in front of the crease and had a wide open look and fired it past Radomski. And for Mick Messner, it's a game-winning goal. Got to check to see if it was his first game winner of the season. Remember, he had the 2 shorthanded goals against Newfoundland around Thanksgiving time. And for Messner, it's his second game-winning goal of the season and 14th of the year. And I'm pretty sure he's glad to reunite with Liam Dennison, who made his pro debut. Dennison was a +1 for the Grizzlies in his pro debut. He just signed on Wednesday. Dennison completed a 5-year run at Merrimack College, and that's where Mick Messner completed his college career. So Messner got the game winner, 10:54 into the third, with Stapley and Wesley getting the assists. Then about 5 minutes later, 15:33 in, it was Cutler getting his 31st of the year. Adam Berg and Kyle Mayhew with the assists. That's the first time in quite a while that Cutler has scored a goal without Stapley assisting on it. In fact, coming into play tonight, the last 7 Brandon Cutler goals were assisted by Brett Stapley. But on his goal there to give Utah some insurance, 15:33 in, it was Adam Berg and Kyle Mayhew picking up the assists. So that was all she wrote with the scoring. Looked like 18:20 in. Cutler got a slashing minor, and Peter Muzica got a roughing minor that was 18:20 in. So it looked like we were skating 4-on-4 for the final minute and 40 seconds of regulation. Utah ended up with 42 shots, 11 of them in the third period. Rapid City had 28 shots and 7 in the third period. What can you say? Halfway through the third period, it was anybody's game. Obviously, the Messner power play goal turned out to be the game winner, and the Grizzlies got that insurance goal about 5 minutes later. And when they needed to really bury an opponent and just buckle down defensively and make good decisions, that's exactly what the Grizzlies did. And for the third straight game, Will Cranley really did a good job keeping the Grizzlies in it, and Cranley ends up with the victory as his record overall goes to 8-11-3. It's his 7th victory in a Grizzlies uniform, as he did win one game for Reading earlier in the regular season. And we really don't know anything. It was one of those things that they never really showed it. And I got a text about 3 minutes into the game from the Rapid City broadcaster saying that Cranley was in and that Fisk got injured, that it might have been a non-contact injury. We really don't know. But he was replaced by Cranley, and we haven't heard anything about what's wrong with Fisk or anything like that. We just know that looked like he was headed towards the locker room, and he was replaced by Cranley, and Cranley played the rest of the way. It's interesting. You think about the Colorado Eagles. They played this past Wednesday, but the Eagles have an entire week off. They have 8 days off, so you wonder if maybe Colorado will send the Grizzlies a goaltender, or maybe Dante Januzzi flies out for the rest of the week. Either way, Cranley was pretty solid in net, and for the Grizzlies, obviously a 3-3. Hopefully Fisk, and it's tough, especially considering it's his first pro game. You got to imagine that he was pretty excited, and probably didn't sleep all that well last night just because of all the anticipation, all the thinking about, the long journey for a guy like Jarrett Fisk, who was a backup for a few years at American International College. And then he started last season, was solid for AIC. In fact, he was one of the best goaltenders in the nation, and then transferred to Niagara University, and he had an outstanding year there as well. Was picked up by the Grizzlies, made his pro debut tonight, and I think a lot of people are excited about him. He's got good size, and really from what I've seen, which is certainly limited, looked like Fisk is going to be a good one. Unfortunately, he ended up getting hurt. The Rapid City broadcaster says it was some sort of non-contact injury 2:13 into the game, and he was replaced by Will Cranley. So tough break there, and hopefully Jarrett Fisk is okay, as looks like he's going to be a pretty good pro goaltender. And obviously it's it's kind of it's one of those that, you make your pro debut, and obviously you have all those dreams and thoughts about how your pro debut is going to go. And unfortunately, 2 minutes and 13 seconds in, you had to leave the game due to an injury. But nevertheless, Grizzlies came away with the victory, 5-3 the final score. Remember, it's going to be a busy weekend for the Grizz. The second game of the set's going to be tomorrow night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. And then Sunday is going to be a 4:05 face-off. And so for Utah, it's 3 games in less than 48 hours. And, obviously, it remains to be seen. Rapid City has been a club that's played the Grizzlies tough as of late. But just, tonight the Grizzlies came through, and kind of how it's been over the last 2 months, it's been the usual suspects. Stapley with the 2 goals and 1 assist. Mick Messner with the game winner. Brandon Cutler with a 3-point effort with 1 goal and 2 assists. What can you say? It's really been those guys that have carried the mail for the Grizzlies and are a big part as to why the Utah right now is in line for a playoff spot in 4th place in the Mountain Division. And considering what's going on in the rest of the division, it's certainly critical that the Grizzlies won tonight, because Allen, who's in 5th place, trailing Utah by 4 standings points, Allen won 6-4 at home against Kansas City, as the Americans really had a balanced attack. They had 1 goal from six different skaters. And the Tulsa Oilers get a road victory at Idaho Central Arena, 4-1. And so Tulsa stays 2 points ahead of Utah for 3rd place in the Mountain Division, as McLaughlin scored 2 goals for Tulsa. They also got goals from Carl Boudria and Keyshawn Gervais, as the Oilers outscored the Steelheads 2-0 in the 3rd period. So even though Idaho outshot Tulsa 38-25, it was the Oilers that come away with the victory, and Julian Junko was outstanding in net for the Oilers, stopping 37 of 38. So because of that, it was important for the Grizzlies to essentially hold serve and take care of business against Rapid City, and that's exactly what they did. As Utah comes away with a 5-3 victory. And, Wichita is putting together an attempt to try to get in the playoff race. They lost 2-1 in regulation to the Iowa Heartlanders. 3 stars of the game. Let's see. The third star is Will Cranley. The goaltender stopped 25 of 28. A second star is Mick Messner, who scored the game winner 10:54 into the third. It was the only power play goal scored by either side. Grizzlies went 1 for 2 on the power play, and Rapid City was 0 for 1. And the number 1 star, I think you all know who it is. It's Brett Stapley. 2 goals, 1 assist. He was a +3 and had 7 shots to lead all skaters on both teams. What can you say? It's Brett Stapley's world, and we're all just living in it. 21 points in his last 10 games. He has 6 goals and 15 assists in his last 10 contests, and he came into play tied for 6th in the league with 64 points. And who knows, he's in the top 5 now with the 3-point effort, and he now has 45 assists this season. And based on what some of the other players did in the league, it's possible he's now 5th in the league in assists. And for Brandon Cutler, he's certainly been one of the best goal scorers in the league. He now has 31 on the season, and Cutler has 8 goals and 8 assists in his last 10 games. So Brandon Cutler with 16 points in his last 10 games, and oddly enough, that doesn't lead the club over a 10-game stretch, as Brett Stapley averages more than 2 points a game over the last 10 contests. And what can you say? It's kind of reminiscent of the performances of Charles-Edouard Dastu and Ben Tardif in the postseason 2 years ago. It seems like every year when the Grizzlies make a playoff run, there's those handful of players that really make the big difference. Those game-changing kind of players. And for the Grizzlies, they certainly have a handful of those guys. And Brett Stapley, Brandon Cutler, and once again, the top defensive pairing, and for my money, one of the best defensive pairings in the league. Obviously, we don't see much of the Eastern Conference, but Kyle Mayhew picked up a big assist, and that was on the Cutler goal late in the third period. And Josh Wesley ended up with 2 assists and a +2 rating. So Wesley and Mayhew each came up big for the Grizzlies. And we've talked about over and over again that Stapley, Cutler, and Berg line, all 3 of those guys were a +3 for the Grizzlies in the victory. So Grizz now have a record of 29, 30, and 3, and they are 10, 10, and 1 over their last 21 road games, and really playing 500 hockey on the road since the start of the 2024 calendar year has really been a big part as to why the Grizzlies, who were in last place at Christmas with an 8-17 record, it's really a big reason as to why the Grizzlies have turned things around, and they are now in 4th place. And if the playoffs start tomorrow, and obviously they don't, but the Grizzlies will be in the Kelly Cup playoffs. Ryan Kanaswich picked up his 106th victory as Grizzlies head coach. When the Grizzlies won this past Sunday, he passed Don Hay for 4th place among Grizzlies head coaches all time. And Ryan Kanaswich, probably a year, maybe a year and a half away from catching Kevin Cawley, who had 157 wins over a 5-year stretch. So how about wrap things up? Dylan Fitz, you talk about some of the guys that have really come up big for the Utah. Fitz scored Utah's first goal tonight. He now has 11 goals in his last 13 games. So what can you say? You need those game-changing players to come up big, and when the Grizzlies need it the most. Obviously, the game is tied at 3 halfway through the third period, and the Grizzlies needed those game-changing plays. It was Stapley, it was Cutler, Wesley, Mayhew, and a guy that's really been a key contributor, Mick Messner. Obviously, we talk about Tyler Penner being the Grizzlies Iron Man, but Messner and Cutler have been Grizzlies Iron Mans this season as well. Those are the 3 players who have appeared in every game this season. And he knew Mick Messner was due. He was stuck on 13 goals for a while, and he comes up with a big one halfway through the third period with the game winner on the power play, 10:54 in. Well, that'll wrap things up as we're hanging out in the Grizz Cave, which is kind of a glorified closet here at Maverick Center. And boy, we apologize if you're listening on YouTube. I mean, it's just tough with these remote broadcasts sometimes to see some of the key details, and especially early in the game when all of a sudden, we don't really see anything, but, Fisk ends up leaving due to an injury, and, we never did get to see why. We did get to see one look of him skating towards the locker room, being helped by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. But just kind of feels like sometimes the details you need in order to describe a hockey game go missing, and it's frustrating sometimes because we just we do what we can to try to entertain the audience, and tonight was just one of those rough ones, but hopefully tomorrow will be a lot of fun. And the most important thing is the Grizzlies came away with 2 standings points and a victory tonight, winning 5-3 over the Rapid City Rush. Once again, in 2 hours and 21 minutes and in front of a crowd of 3,365, Utah Grizzlies had another outstanding performance by Brett Stapley, who now leads the club with 17 multiple-point games this season. He had 2 goals and 1 assist and was a +3, and he led all skaters with 7 shots. He's the number 1 star, and he's been that way all season long. Brandon Cutler certainly was outstanding as well with 1 goal and 2 assists. And Will Cranley was solid to net, stopping 25 of 28 as he comes away with his 7th victory in a Grizzlies uniform. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be tomorrow night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. Until then, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.